Hola, estamos de vuelta. Vamos a ver hasta dónde podemos hacer de la misión de Albedo, de la que queda pues muy poquito tiempo, la verdad. Estamos ahora mismo en la recta final de todo. 9 horas y 58 minutos, o sea, 10 horas por delante. De las cuales espero hacerlo en un par, la verdad. No sé si lo conseguiremos, pero bueno, hay que intentarlo y a ver qué se puede hacer. Me han dicho que está bastante bien y todo eso. Y bueno, creo que me puede venir guay. Porque no estoy muy espabilado hoy. Así que me vendrá bien desconectar un poco. Y ya está. De hecho, ahora que lo pienso, no actualicé el título de el vídeo en YouTube. Y para variar, el otro sitio se volvió a romper. Porque siempre se rompe. Y es que no entiendo. No entiendo cómo lo hago. No entiendo cómo lo hago, pero bueno, da igual. Trovo, ¿vale? Para el que no lo sepa, estamos en multistreaming como siempre, pero Trovo cada, no sé, cada 2 semanas o así se rompe. Tengo que desconectar y volverlo a enganchar. Pero mira, paso de ti, Trovo. Total, habrá menos 2 personas. Así que, ¿qué más da? Y nada, dicho esto, como siempre, vamos a empezar calentando con las misiones diarias. Y ya después de eso, que serán 10 minutos como mucho, ya nos lanzamos al evento de cabeza. ¿Y dónde está lo primero? Estas son las chorradas de siempre, de hecho. No sé si ya están todas más que hechas 1000 veces. No creo que nos encontremos con nada nuevo. ¡Ostras! Hola, Scarlett, ¿qué tal? Bienvenida por aquí. ¿Jugaste el Genshin? ¿Conoces el Genshin? ¿Desconoces el Genshin? ¿Te explico algo del Genshin? Hoy es el día. Ah, vale. Aquí tenemos que cargarnos las torres. Y en principio con Ganyu deberíamos poder hacerlo incluso a distancia. Pero igual me estoy pasando de optimista. No, que va. Nunca se... ¡Wow! Te relajas, bicho. Será pesado. A ver, lo suyo sería no meternos en estos meollos, ¿vale? Y cargárnoslo desde fuera o lo que sea. Pero es muy pesado y así es que no se puede. ¿Ya nos dejas en paz? Gracias. Y ahora la torre aquella de allí debería ser cuestión de un disparo y ya está. Ahí está, listo. Perfecto, next. No, a ver, véndemelo. Vale, pues a ver cómo te lo vendo. Es que es como todos los juegos que quieres que sea, pero en uno solo. Si te gusta el Animal Crossing, tienes tu manera de hacer tu casita, más o menos. Si te gusta la exploración de mundos abiertos, tienes una exploración de mundos abiertos que es... De hecho es lo que me lo vendió a mí el juego. Yo lo bajé por la tontería, en plan, ya que es gratis y todo el mundo habla de él y es el clon del Breath of the Wild, no sé qué, no sé cuánto. Vine por la coña y me quedé precisamente por la exploración del mundo abierto. Porque es precioso todo, súper guay, y mola mucho perderse por aquí y es genial ver dónde están las cosas e ir hacia ellas y encontrarte con nuevas cosas y no sé, creo que lo hicieron súper bien. Ahora estamos haciendo misiones diarias que son las típicas chorriladas que se hacen para conseguir experiencia y demás. Disipación de la bruma. ¿Qué es esto? Vale, esto igual sí que no lo hice antes. ¿Qué tengo que hacer aquí? Despeja... Ah, vale. Fácil. Fácil, ir a los marcadores y ya está. Pues eso, que a mí lo de la exploración fue lo que más me lo vendió y fue lo más guay. Pero el sistema de combate está bastante chulo. No es tan complicado como un hack and slash, pero para ser un action RPG está bastante guay. Hay diferentes elementos, pues cada uno tienes el hielo, tienes agua, tienes fuego, tienes lo que sea. ¿Cómo hago reaccionar esto? Vale, entiendo que aquí necesitaré aplicar algún efecto de algún elemento que no es ninguno de estos, así que voy a probar con Piro, que suele ser lo que hace reaccionar el electro. Vamos a ponernos a Klee, por ejemplo. Y Klee está muerta también. No, si yo soy un desastre de los buenos. A ver si ahora con esto voy a tener que hacerlo con más electro. Bueno, tengo aquí otra, más electro. Vale, no tengo ni idea de cómo hacer esto. Igual con... Pues me queda Nemo, porque creo que es el único elemento que no utilicé hasta ahora. Pero es que si no es esto, yo ya no sé. Am, Vale, sí, perfecto. Era Nemo. Claro, es que normalmente para estas misiones sí que te suelen pedir que utilices algún elemento de aire en este caso. Pero como normalmente son en plan de limpia este polvo o, ¿sabes? Son mods del estilo, no contaba con que fuese a ser eso. Pero mira, parece que sí. Y lo malo es que tengo un equipo de mierda para atacar a estos señores, porque son de tipo hielo. Y claro, lo que es el agua, o lo que es el propio hielo, como es Rosaria, no me vale mucho para quitarles el escudo que tienen. Y si tienen el escudo, no puedo hacer nada. Así que sí, puedo tirarme aquí toda la vida. Igual debo repetir esto, pero con un equipo que sea más competente. Porque con esto está claro que no. Pero es eso, no sé, el combate es divertido y me mola mucho. Los personajes son guays. Si te gusta el anime, es probable que te guste esto. Porque la historia es muy anime y es de waifus y juzgandos. ¿Quién no quiere tener unos waifus y unos juzgandos? Es el sueño de cualquier friki otaku. Y de verdad que me está costando muchísimo este combate, pero no debería costarme ni la mitad. Lo que pasa es que llevo un equipo muy mal ahora mismo. Ya tienen el escudo otra vez, mira. Vamos a hacer una retirada estratégica porque veo que esto no está funcionando. Cambiamos el equipo a uno que no dé pena y volvemos a por ellos. Porque es que si no va a ser esto insufrible completamente. Dicen Hontoni. No sé qué dicen. Ahora lo tengo en chino, ¿vale? Así que vamos a entender poco o nada. Pero se puede cambiar sin problema. Vale, vamos a poner, por ejemplo, a Kazu porque lo voy a necesitar para quitar los escudos. Y a... qué sé yo, Lula, por ejemplo. Por tener, yo qué sé, un poco variado. De hecho, lo voy a cambiar el idioma porque la misión de hoy va a ser en Mondstadt. Y Mondstadt me gusta hacerlo en inglés. Y le voy a subir el volumen, que lo tenía súper bajo por algún motivo. Idioma. Inglés. Suelo cambiar de idiomas porque, no sé, me gustan todos los doblajes. Y como hay diferentes regiones, como cada una inspirada en un lugar, como que me gusta intentar utilizar el idioma de ese lugar cuando toca. Vale, y soy muy listo otra vez. Yo es que siempre soy muy listo. Porque ahora llevo un equipo guay, pero el problema es que tengo 0 healers. 0. Así que es posible que sin querer me los mate a todos. Pero bueno, malo será, ¿no? Hay que confiar en el corazón de las cartas. Nos lo voy a cargar rápido. Bien, vale. Y es eso, y tiene... ¡Oh! No, vale. Aguanta, clic. Vale. Y me falta el último que está ahí adelante. Y tienes exploración y tienes combates que son super guays. Y luego tienes una historia que bueno, está bien. No es, a ver, quiero decir, no es como para que se lleve Oscars, pero no sé, hay tramas bastante guays, la verdad. Con alguna reconozco que solté la grimilla, porque me llegó la patata. Y eso es así. No son todas súper increíbles, pero están entretenidas. Y me sorprendió que desde el principio los personajes están ahí por algo, por así decirlo. Ya que normalmente en los juegos cuando hablas con un NPC está ahí en plan de hola, ¿sabes? Que te da el tiempo y ya está. Pero aquí digamos como que tienen sus pequeñas historias cada uno de los NPCs. Y eso está muy guay. Porque, no sé, hace que el mundo esté más vivo, ¿sabes? O por lo menos da esa sensación. Y luego la parte de grindeo y de RPG, de farmear y farmear, que bueno, eso a veces alarga un poco de más, porque hay que como que meterle muchas horas para intentar tener buenos objetos y demás. Pero es bastante divertido el tener que combinar las diferentes armas con los diferentes artefactos, con cómo subir los diferentes talentos, con el tema de que juegues con tantísimos personajes, porque hay un montón, y siempre vas con un equipo de 4 que puedes rotar en cualquier momento. Y según qué equipo lleves, pues juegas de una manera o juegas de otra. Y no sé, eso me mola mucho. Por ejemplo, a mí siempre me moló de juegos como... Siempre me moló, no, son como que siempre fue la espinita clavada, ¿no? Juegos como League of Legends, Overwatch y todos estos, donde hay diferentes personajes. Siempre me dio rabia el que solo pudieses centrarte en uno y ya está. Como que cada partida de juego es con un personaje y ya está, y te olvidas. Pero aquí no es tanto así, porque si bien puedes hacer eso, te incentiva a combinar diferentes tipos de personajes y utilizar diferentes tipos de estrategias para completar, pues eso, diferentes desafíos. Y está guay, está muy guay eso, la verdad. O por lo menos ya te digo, para mí como jugador de que le gusta mucho variar de estilo de juego y demás, la lié mucho. ¿Podemos superarnos? Bien. Un poco al límite, pero bien. ¿Cuál es el mayor problema del juego? Que a pesar de que es gratis, y eso está guay, puedes jugar perfectamente cualquier parte del juego sin gastar ni un duro, es difícil también. Quiero decir, si tienes dinero para gastar y quieres gastarlo, es difícil no pasarse gastando. Porque es de estos juegos diseñados para ballenas y la gente que gasta mucho dinero en este juego. En plan, no estamos hablando de 20 pavos ni de 100 pavos. En plan, aquí la gente que gasta es de la magnitud de 1000 en 1000, ¿sabes? Es una salvajada auténtica. Pero bueno, yo como soy ahorrador, o lo intento, gasto poquito. Pero más o menos voy tirando millas. Y además, como llevo bastante tiempo jugando y tal, como que me ayuda a tener perspectiva sobre qué personaje coger, qué personaje no coger y demás. Y bueno, no está tan mal. ¿Cómo demonios voy a llegar hasta allá? Uf. Es que no me da la pinza para escalar todo eso ahora mismo. Tiene que haber algún atajo. Nah, paso de estos. Me voy a centrar en la misión esta, que si no, no empiezo nunca lo de Albedo. Yo creo que podemos ir por ahí, por donde está esa catarata. Y más o... Se nota que exploré mucho Inazuma, ¿eh? Que me aparecen 1000 cosas por todas partes. Y... no... Vale, hay un problema con la gente escalando. Y es que no puede escalar lo que son techos. Así que... no sé qué vamos a hacer aquí. Y no sé si me va... ¡Uy! Perfecto. Para descansar. Para descansar está bien. Shh. No, pero espera. Kazu, por favor. Gracias. Quieto. 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 Ahora. Podemos seguir. ¿Y esta parece ya puedes escalarla? Sí, parece que sí que puede. Bien, bien. Pero hacemos truquito y ya estamos arriba. Perfecto. Y yo creo... ahí fue un poquito raro, pero bueno. Y ahora seguimos subiendo y deberíamos alcanzarlo. Mola porque yo pretendía hacer las misiones diarias súper mega rápido y justo me tocaron los que jamás hice. Pero jamás. Vale, yo creo que en ese risco podemos descansar otra vez. ¡Ya! Y ahora... ¿Ahora qué? ¿Será matar? No, odio los bichos estos con todo mi ser. Ya, qué desagradables. Es que... no sé si es porque tienen mucha resistencia elemental o qué diantres tienen, pero de verdad que son súper molestos. Vale, me pasé muchísimo utilizando la ulti para cargarme a esos bichos. Es posible, pero es que de verdad que no lo soporto. Que conste que por lo menos no tengo el equipo más débil que suelo llevar, por lo que tardaría muchísimo más en cargármelos. Pero así es que... son insufribles. Porque además hay que perseguirlos de aquí para allá. Y no hay... el único personaje con el que más o menos podría hacerles daño rápido sin tener que perseguirlos sería Yoimiya, pero es que no la tengo subida. A ver, ¿le llega o no le llega? Bien, por fin. De verdad, qué asco. No lo soporto. Vale, entonces ya están las diarias hechas. Ya puedo canjear esto, etc, etc. Y nos vamos a la ciudad, donde creo que ya debería empezar la misión de Albedo. Y eso era en Mostaz, así que vamos para allá. Modo cine activado. Aquí es. De hecho, yo voy evitando esta misión desde el principio de los tiempos porque siempre venía a Mostaz a intentar craftear cosas en la cosa de ahí, en la mesa de alquimia de ahí. Pero siempre que llegaba me encontraba a Sakarosa y a Albedo y es como, no, adiós. Pero bueno, ahora yo creo que ya podemos empezar, así que vamos por allá a ver qué tal está esto. ¡Ya!
Hey, Timmy! Is that Albedo? Why is he leaving?
¿Habrá pasado algo?
Hey, it's the Traveler and Paimon.
Hello, you two. It's been a long time. Were you having a really serious discussion right now or something?
Just a regular catch-up. We meet here once in a while to go through any recent developments in our research projects.
So we just missed him. Maybe we should have hollered to him. He didn't look in the best of moods just now, though. Was he upset about something? If so, he probably wouldn't have been in the mood to help out anyway. Upset? You mean Albedo? Yeah, he wasn't looking his usual self. Upset? Uh-oh. I wonder if...
What are you looking at me for?
I wonder if Timaeus' research topic is so boring that Albedo finally snapped.
Surely not. It's not that boring.
Igual sigue siendo Timaeus.
Nah. Anyway, Paimon wanted to ask...
A favor? Well, sure. How...
Well, Paimon found a bunch of super-duper sweet Sensedias in the mountains the other day. But if Paimon eats them all, then they'll all be good. Paimon was thinking maybe you could make a device that you put fruits in and it turns them into juice. That way...
Paimon, eso no tiene ninguna lógica.
Yeah, I'm afraid that sort of thing...
Huh? Seems pretty straightforward to Paimon. Can't you do it?
Paimon, I'm afraid you've entered into the realm of the weird and wonderful with this one.
Okay. So how about you, Sucrose? I'm sorry. It doesn't sound like it falls within my area of expertise. I could give it a try if you really want, but I'd probably just end up giving all your precious fruits arms and legs.
Whoa, your tone is so calm, but your words are so terrifying. You'd think I'd be used to this by now.
Well, as you know, my focus is on bioalchemy. Besides, keeping things fresh forever is just not possible. If you just wanted to modify certain properties of the fruit or their seeds, on the other hand, I'd easily be able to help with that. Alchemists usually focus in on their own research areas. Take us, for example. Timaeus, Albedo, and I all have very different research foci. Paimon, your idea is very imaginative. But it's beyond Timaeus' and my ability. I don't think even Albedo can make such an incredible device. After all, alchemy is not mechanics. There is a big difference between the two.
Disculpa, Paimon, dice cosas sin sentido.
Well, excuse Paimon for overestimating the power of alchemy. In fact, before Albedo showed up, everyone in Mondstadt thought alchemy was useless. Of course, we know better now. But even then, I have to admit, alchemy is only one of the many wondrous arts in the world. It's certainly not some kind of all-powerful magic that can simply take a substance and preserve it indefinitely. Sorry. That wasn't meant as a criticism against you personally.
Tendré a Paimon más controlada de aquí en adelante, no te preocupes.
Paimon just wanted some fruit juice. What's wrong with that? Oh, of course, these are just Timaeus' and my subjective opinions on the matter. If you're really intent on pursuing this wondrous device, you can try your luck asking Albedo. But I wouldn't get your hopes up. If he has no idea how to make one either, you'll have to give up on the idea. He doesn't seem to be in a good mood today, though. What if he ignores us?
He won't. Albedo is not that kind of person.
Pero el Albedo de hoy... Hay algo diferente en él. ¿Qué será?
Hey, so where is Albedo heading to anyway?
Me encanta que nunca le pongan voz a la prota, en plan de
Unless he
¿para qué?
specifically says otherwise, Dragonspine is where he usually goes. He seems particularly fond of that place. Then let's go to Dragonspine to find him.
Y vamos para Dragonspine, obviamente. ¿No me sale marcada o qué? Bueno, en cualquier caso lo que puedo hacer es aprovechar que estoy por aquí para canjearme las misiones de antes. Y yo creo que ya podemos saltar para allá. Hacía bastante que no lo tenía en inglés. Hasta lo echaba de menos y todo. Ya me había acostumbrado a las voces en japonés. y en chino, y ahora se me hace raro volver al origen de todo. Vale, así ya están todas. Muy buenas, Rookie, muy buenas, Ali, ¿qué tal? Vale, ¿tengo la misión activada o no tengo la misión activada? ¡Qué sincronía! Sí, total. Aparecisteis a la vez. ¿Por qué no me sale la misión de Dragon Spine? Vamos a ver, no me digas que tengo misiones pendientes. A ver, ¿cómo se...? No, de hecho lo puedo acceder desde... Aquí no, siempre me lío con los menús. Vi que iba a haber una... No puedo hablar de eso. Maldita sea. Pero una actualización guay de calidad de vida. Está aquí. O sea, ¿por qué no me salías marcado? Eso es Dragon Spine, ¿verdad? Sí, está ahí. No sé por qué no me salía, pero bueno, ya estamos. Twitch me acaba de notificar ahora que andas por aquí. ¿En serio? Pues llevo unos 20 minutos, media horita. Y mira que ya empecé por las diarias, por si la gente tardaba en llegar o lo que sea. No entiendo por qué tarda tanto siempre. Puse también el aviso en Discord, pero como no era con notificación, no sé si llega o no llega o qué pasa. ¿Cómo te gusta dejar los eventos para la última hora? No es que me guste, pero cuadra. La misión de Albedo la empezamos ahora mismo.
This looks lively. What's the occasion? Let's go and have a look. Hey, Traveler and Paimon. Fancy meeting you all the way out here. Amber? Cyrus? Halid? What's everyone doing at Dragonspine? Don't you mind the cold?
¿Cuánto tiempo sin vernos?
Oh, the Traveler is joining us too. Oh, great! Fantastic! Wonderful!
I agree. I feel much better with the Traveler joining us. Definitely the kind of person you want to have around in a tight spot.
¿Por qué están aquí?
Oh, right! Paimon remembers most of these people are from the Adventurers Guild.
Paimon en inglés es la peor. Y la mejor es en chino. Esa es mi conclusión.
Allow me to explain. The Adventurers Guild is holding winter training on Dragonspine. As you know, our members have varying levels of adventure experience. Dragonspine is an excellent place for budding adventurers to challenge themselves and improve. But it's dangerous to go alone. So,
It's dangerous to go alone. Tenían que soltar la perlita, ¿eh? Ahí el guiño al Link to the Past.
This way,
No,
everyone
¿cuál
can
era?
experience training
Bueno,
on
el Zelda, vaya.
Dragonspine together under safe and controlled circumstances. Now, every adventurer can progress together. I've been working on this grand plan for half a year now, and it's finally coming together! It's a great plan, isn't it?
Bueno, me gusta ver a Cyrus
You,
motivado.
outstanding adventurer. Surely you must be willing to join us and help out.
Amber, ¿tú qué haces aquí?
The Adventurers Guild short on experienced members? Well, that's part of it, actually. The other reason is, when I was patrolling the perimeter of Dragonspine, I found a lost kid named Joel. I heard he lives here on the
¿Quién era
camp,
Joel?
so I escorted him back.
El niño que estaba buscando al padre, puede ser. Lo
I
recuerdo.
know. Joel's father went missing. I totally sympathize with how much Joel misses his family. Dragonspine is so bleak and deserted. It must have been so lonely for him here. Aw, Amber. Anyway, I wanted to do something to cheer Joel up, so I said I'd build a snowman with him. It's something he enjoys doing. It also gives me a chance to stay here for a while and help Cyrus out.
¿Preferías más tamaño en lugar de tableta de chocolate? Si necesitas ayuda, Amber, cuenta conmigo.
Aw, really? Thank you. Let's go meet up with Joel then. Oh, I invited another friend of mine to join too. She should be here any second. She'll be perfect for this kind of thing. Hey, Cyrus, we've got to take off. Is that okay?
No problem. Go ahead. I still have some final checks to make, so I will call you before we depart.
O tamaño foto y anda que no molaba. Estaría muy bien que tuviesen tamaños grandes. Lo que pasa es que entiendo que no lo hicieron porque en videojuegos es complicado manejarse con varios tamaños. Ahora mismo hay como 3, es decir, el de adulto, que es como estos dos, el de chavalada, que es todos los que son de mediana estatura, y luego Klee y demás. Pero aunque parezca una tontería, el cambiar constantemente el tamaño del modelo afecta mucho a todo tipo de cosas. Desde el combate, exploración, tema de colisiones. Es bastante Cristo. Así que entiendo que lo limitasen y dijesen de, vale, molaba hacerlo grande, pero vamos a limitarnos a los modelos que tenemos ahora, porque todo el sistema estará montado en torno a ese tamaño de modelo, ¿sabes? Porque sí, los Fatui están grandes, pero los Fatui es un NPC. Es un monstruo más y ya está. Pero no aplica el mismo patrón, por así decirlo, al jugador. Es jodido a nivel técnico, el rollo ese. Por eso normalmente en muchos juegos del estilo todos los personajes o la mayoría de ellos tienen como el mismo corte, por así decirlo, porque a nivel de animaciones y demás es que facilita un montón el trabajo. Que hay excepciones, obviamente, pero bueno.
Hey Joel, we're here.
Hola, Joel.
Hi everyone. I'm so happy right now. It's nice to have so many people to hang out
I'm
with.
so happy right now.
Are you
Suena
here
como
to build
muy...
a snowman too?
Ostras, Eula.
Build a snowman.
¿Están todos aquí? Ah, bueno, claro, hay textito porque nunca me la encontré. Eula, la bailarina de las olas. Eula nació en el seno de la antigua familia Lawrence. En el pasado, esta familia tuvo a Mondstadt encadenada a una terrible oscuridad. Hace mucho tiempo que los Lawrence cayeron, pero sus crímenes pasados aún persiguen a sus descendientes. Ante ese desafortunado destino, Eula adopta una valiente actitud para hacer frente a las sospechas de los demás, y, valiéndose de su espada, les demuestra su noble espíritu una y otra vez. Si alguna vez te encuentras con esta valiente caballera, no dudes en saludarla, pues ella responderá de la manera más elegante y educada posible.
Oh, sorry. I forgot to do the introductions. This is Eula, the Spindrift Knight and captain of the Knights of Favonius Reconnaissance Company.
Amber, you're being far too formal. The child is never going to remember all that. Please, just call me Eula.
Okay, Auntie Eula. You can call me Joel.
Auntie... Eula?
Uh-oh. Eula's gonna add that to her long list of scores to settle.
Alright, if that's what you want to call me, go right ahead.
Whoa! Eula just let something go for once?
Amber, what's this I hear about a snowman? I came to assist because you told me the Adventurers Guild was short-handed.
Yeah, that's something else. But look, Joel's at the age where he should be having fun, and there's nothing to play with on Dragonspine. He used to build snowmen with his dad, and since his dad's not around, we're keeping him company instead. Besides, Eula, it's gotta be more fun than taking an ice bath all by yourself. Let's combine our forces and build ourselves a huge snowman. It'll be a
Yep. Count Paimon in too. Paimon wants to build a snowman.
Auntie Eula, are you too busy to join in? If so, it's okay. I understand.
No, nothing like that. My mind was on something else, that's all. Building a snowman with Joel, are we? Sounds wonderful. I'd be delighted to join you.
¿Eula?
Then let's get started. First, we need to split up into teams to gather some supplies. Joel and I will be on one team. You and Eula can be on the other team. Hey, Joel, see that huge tree over there? Wanna race me there? Yeah, let's do it!
Wow. Those two are fast. It's hard to tell which of them is having more fun. Hey, what's up with you two? Why are you just staring at each other without saying anything?
Me pregunto en qué estará pensando Eula.
Well,
No hay nadie más, di lo que sea.
Joel probably hasn't spent much of his life in the city. He doesn't know me. And he doesn't know what the Lawrence name means to the people in Mondstadt.
Right. That's why he calls you Auntie Eula.
Ten cuidado, Paimon.
True. In his eyes, I'm just another ordinary person from Mondstadt. It was a surprise, but not in a bad way at all.
No es lo único que te preocupa, ¿verdad?
How very perceptive of you. Were you staring at me the whole time when everyone was talking?
A
You
ver.
shan't be getting off lightly for that. The truth is,
Igual te estaba echando un
I'm
ojo,
a little
Eula.
concerned
No
that
te
I might be
mentiré.
quite inept at building snowmen. I have never built a snowman before. My upbringing was very strict, so I never had the chance when I was a child. And after I grew up, of course, it's not the sort of thing I would spend my time doing.
Oh no. Paimon's starting to feel sorry for Eula.
No te preocupes, la caballera honoraria te
You
ayudará.
sound confident. All right then. Enough small talk for now. I see we have a member of the Adventurers Guild joining us.
Greetings. We have a slight problem here. We've done a head count, and it turns out that we have an odd number of participants. In other words, we still have one instructor slot left to fill. How it happened was, we originally asked Fischl to be an instructor, but she was busy with something outside of Mondstadt during this period. So, we
No,
found
Fischl.
another adventurer to fill in for her, but they still haven't shown up yet. Thank goodness you are here.
Oh, hello. My name is Gerald. I'm a new adventurer.
In that case...
Estoy liando con los micros. Eula puede ayudar.
Fine. But for that, you will pay.
Huh? Pay for what?
Eula dice eso,
Okay.
dice eso todo el tiempo.
I got it. I'm ready and willing to learn.
Dios, lo estoy haciendo fatal hoy, lo siento.
Then everything is settled. Thank you for your help, Eula. If anybody else signs up later, I may have to ask for your help as well.
No hay problema.
Why did you give the spot to Eula?
Quiero que más personas vean lo bueno que es.
Oh, okay. You're so nice. Paimon noticed Eula smiled just now. It must have meant a lot to her. To be honest, Eula really is the best candidate for an instructor. Most people would find it hard to cope on the mountain because of the sheer cold, but not her. Oh, now Paimon gets it. This must be the whole reason why Amber got Eula involved in the first place. We were supposed to find supplies, but now Eula's busy with other stuff, and, Paimon doesn't feel like going around collecting things. How do you think Amber and Joel are doing? Let's head up the mountain and see what they're up to.
Ahora sí que sí. Hola Carmen. Hola Shadow, que os voy a aparecer antes por ahí, pero no saludé que estamos en cinemática y no quería tampoco interrumpir mucho. ¿Va un pelín enlagado el audio? No lo sé. Antes hice prueba y creo que está bien. En plan... Claro, es que yo no lo puedo ver, pero se supone que esto debería sonar a la vez. No lo sé.
I love it
No
when
lo
it
sé. Sí.
snows.
No lo sé.
The
No lo sé.
world
Un
falls
desastre.
completely silent.
Y F por el Chichi de Rookie, que tiene la mejor suerte del mundo y le toca a Chichi en todas sus cuentas. Supiste de las colaboraciones de Arcane, son demasiado buenas que hasta organizaron eventos de PUBG y Fortnite en el móvil en China. Literal, Riot ama a su público, en especial a Chile. No vi todas, Shadow, pero vi varias de las colaboraciones que hicieron y le metieron mucho dinero. Es decir, hicieron una campaña de marketing salvaje que es que llegó a todas las partes. Es decir, yo no me esperaba Jinx en Fortnite, por ejemplo. No creo que nadie se lo esperase. Pero se tiraron el rollo e hicieron lo que les dio la gana. Pero, ¿qué quieres que te diga? Con la serie que sacaron, pues no tengo queja, ¿sabes? O sea, que sean así todas. Que de hecho creo que ya está confirmada la segunda temporada. A ver si mola tanto como la primera. Que va a estar difícil, ya te lo digo ahora. Me gustaría que en algún momento Genshin tenga series rollo Dota o Arcane en Netflix. Sí, ya. Yo creo que a todos, pero hay un problema. Eso es carísimo. Creo que la gente no se da cuenta de lo cara que fue de hacer Arcane. Y lo mucho... Pues ese, no solo por eso. No solo por el dinero que hay detrás. Pero el haber tenido tanto presupuesto les permite hacer muchas cosas con mucho tiempo. Y mucha mano de obra detrás. Y eso se nota. Porque el nivel de acabado que tiene... solo Arcane lo pudo conseguir, ¿sabes? Es decir, no es fácil repetir lo mismo si no tienes un equipazo detrás haciéndolo, así que bueno. Pero sí, nos gustaría a todos una serie de ese estilo. Y en todos mis banners, de verdad, lo que yo no sé cómo haces para que te salga siempre chichi. Yo tengo 0 chichis, que conste, ¿eh? 0.
Strange.
Cerísimo.
Didn't they say they were going this way? Where the heck are they? Did we get here too late? Have they moved on already?
¿Oíste eso?
Could they be in danger? Hurry, let's go check it out.
Voy a cambiar de equipo súper rápido, a ver si me da tiempo, porque estoy con equipo de mierda. Vamos a probar con Eula. Este equipo me gusta bastante. Vamos a probar con estos. Casi es con Eula, que es un poco el personaje de la misión, y ya está. Mi joyo tiene dinero suficientes para meter nuevos modelos de personajes, como Cyrus. No sé. Aunque tengas los dineros, a veces no te interesa hacerlo, ¿eh? Porque que puedas hacerlo no significa que debas. No olvides eso. No lo digas muy alto que lo gafas. Vale, vale, me callo, me callo. ¿Dónde procede el sonido? Mete a los del evento. Podría meter a los del evento. A Sacarosa la puedo meter. Cambiamos, por ejemplo, a Rosaria y metemos a Sacarosa. Que no, más que nada porque la tengo un poco subida, que si no, no. Y no tengo Albedo, así que nos vamos a conformar con esto. Podría meter a Amber, pero con Amber he hecho 1000 horas. No, con Amber sí que ya te digo que no. Sacarosa y nos damos con canto a los dientes. Sacarosa no es relevante. Bueno, pues la quito, porque tampoco... Pero si es para que meta a Amber, olvídate, no voy a meter a Amber. Se va a quedar como estaba esto, lo siento. ¿Dónde estabas, Rosaria? Ay, me cuesta muchísimo manejar esto. Igual te iba a ser útil para una fase. ¿Tú crees? Bueno, ya lo veremos. Claro, aquí lo suyo sería, por ejemplo, meter a Fischl, por ejemplo, ya que no está, ya que la querían meter pero no estaba en el evento, pues tenerla nosotros por nuestra parte.
More speed.
Sí, lo sé que Eula con el pescado no es la cosa más grácil del mundo, pero es la mejor arma que tengo, lo siento. Si consigo el otro arma, fantástico, pero no tiene pinta. Parece que lo perdimos.
Guess we underestimated whatever was behind it. But if that's the case, then what exactly are we dealing with here?
Qué llorona
I know
eres.
that voice.
Yo también conozco esa voz.
What brings you to Dragonspine?
Me encanta el doblador en inglés de Albedo.
Oh, so it was
eras tú.
Albedo all along.
All along? Oh, what do you mean by that?
On the way here, we kept hearing weird noises, and it felt like someone was watching us the whole time. Turns out it was just you! Honestly, you really gave us the creeps. If you're bored up here, go find something useful to do. Don't go sneaking around scaring the poop out of people.
The things you felt and heard could easily be attributed to animals, or bandits, perhaps. You should be wary at all times in this environment. There are all too many ways to sustain losses here if you aren't careful. So, what business brought you here?
Es una larga historia.
We actually came to look for you, but then it turned into looking for Amber, but now we've met you, so we're back to that again.
Your thought process is rather chaotic, as is the way in which you articulate it.
Hey! How dare you! All Paimon's trying to say is that we came here to look for you!
Oh, is that so? Then it must surely be something of great importance. I'm all ears.
En realidad no es tan importante.
He seems to be in a better mood than we thought, right? Does that mean Timaeus' stupidity doesn't really get to him after all?
Me encanta que sea relevante la estupidez de Timaeus. Y diga estupidez Paimon en lugar de torpeza. Quizá nos lo imaginamos todo.
Huh. Okay, let's just forget that ever came up.
That's okay if you can't tell me about it. Just treat this as an opportunity to stroll on the mountain and enjoy the view.
So basically, the truth is we're here on adventurer duty.
Le cuentas a Albedo sobre la
I
actividad.
see. So you foisted the rookie off onto Eula so that you could wander off and goof around?
We're not goofing around! And Eula was the right person for the job! We were just being nice. What about you then, huh? What are you doing on Dragonspine?
A friend commissioned me to do some artwork recently, and I have yet to finish. I came here because it's a quiet place where I can gather my thoughts, gather inspiration, and gather some raw materials while I'm at it.
Raw materials? For what?
Paint. Star silver can be used to make high-quality silver paint. I just ran out of my previous batch, so I'll collect some ore while I'm here.
Ore can be used to make paint?
Yes, but you have to be selective with the specimens you choose. Even with a high level of impurities, star silver still contains fine silver-colored particles, but they lack luster, which impacts the color saturation of the pigment made from them. Paint made with such pigment is generally viewed as a fake or a defective product.
Interesting. So, paint aside, can you talk about how you find inspiration? Paimon wants to learn.
You want to learn to paint?
No, not for me. For the traveler. Paimon wants the
Sí, claro, que pinte
traveler
otro.
to learn how to paint.
Perra.
During our travels, we sometimes have nights where there's nothing to do. It'd sure be nice to do something memorable rather than just sit around. Painting is a great example because it can capture a moment in time. So it seems like it's definitely a worthwhile skill to have.
¿Quieres que aprenda a pintar ahora mismo?
Yep. Why not? Once you mastered it, you can paint Paimon.
Not a bad idea. Well, since you two would like to learn more about painting, why don't you come with me to the campsite? I have painting materials there. You can
Yo me voy a
practice
donde
while I
tú me
give you
digas,
some guidance.
Albedo.
Sounds great!
¿Y Amber?
Oh, she'll be fine. She is a knight of Favonius after all. Let's just forget about all that stuff for now and go with Albedo.
Bueno, está bien.
Come on, let's go! It's so cold out. Paimon wants to get to the camp and warm up by the fire.
Es Amber, yo no me fiaría. Qué mala imagen tienes de Amber, ¿no?
More speed.
No tengo tiempo para esas tonterías. Pero sí para recuperar la estamina. Déjame en paz, amigo. Vale, ya está. Más que nada porque hay un pequeño salto aquí y no lo voy a hacer si no tengo energía. Y ya se sabe que yo tengo muy mala mano para gestionar la estamina. Y siempre voy hasta la extenuación y la muerte. Y normalmente es con Mona. Estoy aprendiendo. ¿Qué está pasando?
It's gotta be.
Some things are missing.
Nothing valuable, hopefully. Wait, where's Paimon's Mora?
It's hard to say their value, but some of my alchemy notes are missing.
Alchemy notes? Would they fetch a high price?
To the uninitiated, they are merely scraps
Siempre
of
pensando en
paper.
dinero.
But for someone who knows what they're doing, the knowledge contained in those notes is more valuable than any treasure.
So you're saying only someone who knows alchemy would have stolen them? But the only people who come to Dragonspine are adventurers, thieves, and monsters. What use would any of them have with your notes?
Creo que es más complicado que eso.
I feel the same way. However, Hilichurl break-ins and other such incidents are not unheard of on Dragonspine. It's difficult to draw a conclusion based solely on the evidence at hand. These appear to be...
Footprints?
fresh ones. Meaning our thief can't have made it far.
Let's chase him down! We can't let them get away!
From the entrance, the footprints go that way.
Oh, that thieving!
Uy, espera, había una flechita aquí. Ah, no, estos son... Vale, flecha para indicarme las huellas. Pues ok. Así no tengo ni que utilizar la visión de magia. Igual algo de fuego me venía bien, Fíjate tú.
So they scaled the cliff. Okay, after them.
¿Y ahora qué? Sigo, ¿no? Objeto. Pues si te pierdes. Sí, está claro que aquí a prueba de despistados. Y yo no es que sea el más avispado del mundo, así que tampoco es que me venga mal. Vamos a calentarnos un poco ya. ¡Wow! No a hostias, sino... Joa, quería fueguito. Gracias.
More speed.
Demasiadas batallas, ¿eh?
Footprints on the snow are so hard to notice. So
Suerte que
easy
están
to
las
lose
flechas.
track completely.
No podemos perder vista.
That's why we have to
Esto
hurry.
imposible, Paimon. Imposible perderlas de vista.
Stop here.
Ah, ¿y ahora qué?
Our thief must have jumped on the
Saltamos.
cliff. Get your wind glider ready. We're
Vale.
going down.
Pues vamos down. Ahí está, Joa. Y yo preocupándome.
Here, More footprints.
Click es como la hermanita de Albedo. Mira, esa es una buena opción.
They're heading to the cavern. Ooh, we got you now. You sure can run, but you definitely can't hide. Let's go in.
Wait, I have an idea. I'll go in alone. Traveler, please stay here and guard the entrance. This cavern has 2 points of entry, and there are shortcuts inside. Judging from the state of the footprints, he hasn't been in there long. I should be able to reach the other side before he does.
Cut him off at both ends. Good idea.
Whoever apprehends the thief first has to notify the other party. This way we're fully covered. Still, safety comes first. We do not yet know the identity of our thief. Please take care.
We'll be fine.
Eso, eso.
Okay. See you shortly.
Ten cuidado tú también.
Of course.
Me ha dicho of course.
I wonder if Albedo found the thief. This is taking forever.
No hace tanto que se fue.
Really? Huh. Maybe it just feels like a long time. Why don't we find something to do to pass the time? Oh! Look at all that star silver over there. It's right next to the cavern, so we won't be going far. If anything happens inside, yay! Let's get started.
Yuju, vamos a minar piedras, porque es muy divertido. Y seguro que lo agradecen.
This stuff looks kinda lackluster. Is that because of the impurities like Albedo was talking about? Hey, this one's not bad.
Ala, ya está, pa' casa. 2 piedras.
This should be enough. Some star silver shines a lot more brightly than others. Finally, you're back.
Yes.
¿Y el ladrón?
Sorry. I was unable to catch him. He was faster than I'd imagined.
Oh. So after all that, we still don't even know who the thief was? What a waste. Still, we won't be going back completely empty-handed. We did some mining.
Mining?
Yeah, for star silver. Look, we got quite a lot. It's just like you said. Some are really bright and shiny, and others just look like regular lumps of rock with a little shiny bit here or there.
Star silver. I was merely saying what was on the front of my mind. I hadn't thought you would genuinely go and gather some.
Well, you said they can be turned into paint, so we got pretty curious. Also, if it weren't for that thief, we'd be making paint by now anyway, right? Or even painting by this point. Anyway, it's all the thief's fault for wasting our time.
Yes,
Estaba
it's
enfadado,
all the
además.
thief's fault. The notes mean a lot to me. I'm not quite ready to give up the search yet. Let's keep an eye out for clues as we go.
Oh, just one thing. Do you want us to bring all this ore back, or did you want to sort through and get rid of the useless bits first? There's no point in bringing the bad ones back if it'll ruin the quality of the paint. Some of them do look pretty dull to Paimon, so it doesn't seem like those will be of any use at all.
Indeed. The sorting process is necessary. Humans are such practical creatures. They only want those things that are good. Once they have learned to distinguish between good and bad, they will never stop comparing things in their minds. Useless things should be disposed of at the outset.
Right! Saves a lot of time that way. Efficiency first. So let's start by...
¿Cómo puede ser tan insensible este pequeño diablo volador? De verdad.
Did you guys hear that? Was that a cry for help?
Esa voz me es muy familiar.
It's likely an adventurer in danger.
Vamos a comprobarlo.
Okay.
Me hace muchas gracias, gaviota. ¿Y dónde está ese cry por help? En el campamento, supongo. Ahí está. Me acabo de ahogar en el agua congelada.
Really coming from around here.
Is anybody there? Help me!
Que conste que lo metí en el equipo antes de saber esto. Pero es perfecto.
No way. Is that...
Is
Was that the
Dios.
traveler and Paimon?
De verdad.
It's me, Bennett!
Whoa! It's really him! Let's get him out!
So sorry to trouble you guys again. The key should be someplace nearby. Please, help me find it.
Ah, de verdad. Qué desastre. Ya se sabía que iba a estar del tráiler. No me acordaba ya del tráiler. No me acordaba de nada de eso. Espera, que no era la llave. Espera, ¿qué? ¿What? No, allí hay más cosas. ¡Oh! ¡Jarrones! Upsi. Amiguitos.
Judgment! Let me weave you a burst. Rain out. Let's light it up!
Vengeance will be mine. Beg for mercy. Shudder.
Teamwork is dreamwork!
Vale, este señor es un poco de hielo, así que a ver si puedo con Benito quitarle el escudo. Ahí está, perfecto. Me encanta como Bennett puede luchar desde dentro y fuera de la jaula a la vez, ¿eh? Ese es el nivel de habilidad que tiene este chaval. Doppelganger.
Oh, finally, I'm out. Thank you so much. If only there hadn't been rocks mixed in with the snow on the tree, it wouldn't have made me all dizzy when it fell down onto my head. And then I would have never walked into the Fatui's trap.
Bennett?
Claro.
In a cage? Never saw that coming.
I won't bore you with the rest of the details. Just me being unlucky again.
Ya echamos a los Fatui. Nos vengamos por ti.
Yep, taking them out was child's play. No need to thank
Bennett
us.
Tails. Totalmente.
Did? That's so nice of you guys. I know they were probably just following orders. But still, thanks for helping me out.
So what are you doing on Dragonspine? Didn't Razor want to come with you?
Did you hear about the Adventurers Guild thing? They're hosting a winter camp here. As one of their veteran adventurers, I'm here to help out the rookies. Razor's not an adventurer, and as the leader of Benny's adventure team, as well as the only actual member, I had to come on my own. But now I've been stuck here for so long, I probably missed it. Oh, I hope Cyrus doesn't get mad at me.
Así que tú también enseñas a los novatos.
Oh! Wait, so that guy... So... Sorry, Bennett, but you really...
What? Weren't they short on instructors? Where'd they suddenly get extras from?
A few people from the Knights of Favonius stepped up in order to help support the event, so they ended up with more instructors than students.
Knights of Favonius. Yeah, they're definitely more reliable than me. I'm just a walking accident waiting to happen.
Me acabo de dar cuenta que molesto con los textos, sorry. No digas eso, tú también eres genial, Bennett.
Right, right. Anyway, that was just the situation when we last saw them. It might have changed by now. Who knows? Maybe a whole load more rookies will have turned up to join in. Besides, after all the trouble you've gone to show up as an instructor, I'm sure Cyrus will put you to work.
Really?
For sure. Hey, wait a second. Where'd Albedo go?
Ese for sure son official. ¿No vino con nosotros?
Albedo? You mean the alchemist from the Knights of Favonius?
No, he just happened to be on Dragonspine. We were just with him, but then we heard you calling for help. He must have left us at some point after that. Could he have gone back to keep looking for clues? Let's go back to the cavern and see if he's there.
Pues vamos a por la cueva de marras. Me acabo de fijar las chispas que le enganchan el pantalón a Benito. Ay, Dios, he intentado hacer zoom sobre él. Qué chismas. No sé si entiendo muy bien su outfit en general, ¿eh? No te creas. Es como parece que tiene el pantalón y luego el cinturón y le cuelgan cosas del cinturón o es el propio pantalón. No sé, es un poco raro, se mezcla todo un poco.
Still no sign of Albedo. This is weird. Where has he run off to?
This is great! Dragonspine's so fun today! There's so many people around. It's never usually like this.
This was where we heard Bennett's cry for help, right? We
Yes.
heard his voice and went straight over to rescue him. Then we noticed Albedo was gone.
Wait, what?
What are you talking about?
Oh, Albedo! Where the heck have you been? We've been looking for you!
I should be the one to ask you that. Didn't I tell you to stay at the cavern entrance?
Huh?
I'm not really following who was waiting for who and who was looking for who, but first things first. I apologize, Albedo. I don't fully understand what's going on, but it seems like it's mostly my fault.
No, Benny. No es
Bennett,
culpa
this is
tuya.
not because of you. You needn't blame yourself. Traveler, clear this up for me. What was the reason that you left the cavern entrance? Did you...
There you are. Stay right there. You have a lot of explaining to do.
Uy.
What? Me?
Huh? Eula? Aren't you supposed to be helping the new guy?
Yes, that's what I would be doing, if I hadn't been interrupted by a certain someone's malicious scheming.
Uy.
Albedo, I saw you taking Joel towards the wasteland at the edge of Dragonspine. That place is crawling with monsters. What the devil do you think you were doing?
Whoa, wait a second. What's going on? Actually, wrong question. How much stuff is going on?
When I came to stop you from leading Joel any further, your first reaction was to throw the child down and attack me. When I fought back, you quickly fled. Care to explain?
I see. Interesting.
Interesting.
Eula, it sounds like you met an imposter. Someone who was impersonating me.
Impersonating you? To what end?
It is difficult to draw a definitive conclusion for now. But these strange incidents do seem to be connected.
Albedo cuenta su encuentro contigo, el robo del campamento y la persecución del
Your
ladrón.
alchemy notes were stolen. Can the Traveler and Paimon testify that the three of you were together up until you entered the cavern?
Yes.
Yes, we can confirm that.
As things stand, I don't have any reason to harm the child. Whoever you met is likely to be both the thief who stole my notes and also an imposter. Of course,
Among Us.
it's entirely natural for you to be skeptical of my story. I was separated from the Traveler and Paimon for a significant duration while we were pursuing the thief. My word alone cannot serve as a definitive account of my actions and whereabouts during that period. But the Traveler and Paimon can at least testify that I was not the individual who tore up the campsite or stole my notes.
Albedo, do you have any enemies? Could it be one of your enemies impersonating you to get revenge on you or something?
I don't have any enemies. And I'm not aware of having given anyone cause to exact vengeance upon me. There is insufficient evidence to assert what happened with any certainty at this point. Given how serious the situation is, I intend to investigate it myself, even if you decide not to pursue it any further. Eula, I won't discourage your ongoing suspicion of me if you can't believe my story. Though, naturally, I would hope you can afford me some credibility on account of our solidarity as fellow members of the Knights of Favonius. Traveler, Paimon, Bennett, if you are willing, I welcome you to monitor my activities beyond this point so that you can act as my witnesses. If I am what this imposter wants, he will come looking for me again eventually. Things can only become clearer from that point on.
I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, as preposterous as your claims sound. And I will
Preposterous.
choose to believe that an imposter went after Joel, and not you. I will keep Joel safe. If you need any support with the investigation, contact myself and Amber.
You have my gratitude.
As far as Amber goes, I will...
Eula! Eula! Where are you?
Amber, we're here!
Eula! Oh, and Traveler, Paimon, Albedo, and Bennett. You're all together. Great. Bennett, I'm glad I ran into you here. Cyrus was telling me you still hadn't shown up. He was getting worried you might have run into some trouble.
Yeah, I ran into a little trouble. Thanks for your concern.
Sure thing. Well, now that I found you, let's go check in with Cyrus. But before that, has something come up? How come you're all gathered here together? Need any help?
Between us, there have been a few minor incidents, but nothing I haven't already dealt with.
Oh, yeah. It's my fault, really. All because of my bad luck. But everything is fine now.
So, it's all set then? Great! Shall we head back down together? I did say I'd bring Bennett back if I saw him.
Sure, I'm ready to go.
Very well. Let's go.
And then there were 3.
Traveler, can we talk somewhere else? There's something I need to tell you. Let's go to
Está
my
bien.
camp.
Me quiero llevar al campamento cuando estamos a solas. Sí, estúpida, Paimon siempre está con nosotros, pero a ver. ¿Qué le vamos a hacer? Hay que trabajar con las limitaciones que nos den.
Adventure time.
Ay, pocho, Bennett cayéndose en trampas. Es que no lo puede evitar.
My camp is somewhere that we can talk openly, without reservation. But before that,
Whoa. What a mess!
Puedo ayudarte a ordenar esto.
thank you. I appreciate it.
Me quería como mano de obra.
I've been absorbed in my research lately and haven't attended to the dusting. It's due for a cleaning.
Me quería de chacha para limpiar esto.
Yep, that should do it. Neat and tidy.
Yo que me hice ilusiones.
Thank you, both of you. Now that everything is in order,
Ahora
it's
sí.
time to talk.
You look really serious right now. Is this about what happened earlier?
I remember I once told you that you must have questions, and that I would answer them. I also said that, while I did not wish to deceive you, there were certain things I could not go into detail on. I am a synthetic human being. A human forged by human hand. The one who created me, my mother and teacher. Her name is Rhine-daughter, a researcher from Conria, also known as Gold.
A synthetic human? What the... How the heck does that work?
When the pinnacle of attainment in alchemy is combined with unimaginably vast learning, the apex achievement is the creation of human life.
When you say Conria, do you mean...
I am indeed somewhat older than my appearance might suggest. But when I came into being, Conria had already been destroyed. I have no memories of it. My master raised me and taught me everything. Like her, I am a pure alchemist. I live for academic knowledge. Nationality and identity are not what ultimately define us. Traveler, what is your general feeling toward Dragonspine? You've visited numerous times now. Would you say it's a cold, eerie, and melancholy place? Rhine-daughter created 2 miraculous beings. One is me, and the other is the venomous dragon, Durin, who died here.
Durin? So that makes you guys... brothers?
As sons of Rhine-daughter, Durin and I are indeed inextricably linked to one another. The phenomenon of our creation defies definition within the scope of a typical human worldview. But if we may tentatively call it birth, then yes, we, by extension, are family.
Speaking of Durin, Paimon remembers that his power was quite... special.
Una fuerza vital extraña y tenaz.
That's right. Because of this, whenever strange things happen on Dragonspine, it always makes me wonder. For instance, the feeling of being watched that you described, as well as the sounds you heard, and the one impersonating me that Eula met.
Sobre eso hay algo que yo tampoco podía mencionar.
Oh, right! Paimon knows what you mean. When Eula and the others were here just now, the Traveler gave me a look as if to say, don't say anything. Probably because it would only make you more suspicious. But Paimon noticed that you came out of the cavern not too long after going in, and you told us that you didn't manage to catch the thief. Then we heard Bennett calling for help, so we went to rescue him. But
So, it seems that you met my imposter too.
well, if so, it was a pretty good impression. He had you down to a T. Also, after he left us,
Perhaps Durin's power drives people to madness. But that's merely crude conjecture. Whether someone is impersonating me or there is another false me out there, this is a cursed tale, and it is not one whose weight you should have to bear. Traveler, perhaps you should return to Mondstadt if you have no further business here. The work that lies ahead will occupy me completely. I'm afraid I will be unable to entertain you beyond this point.
No miré a ningún lado. Paimon y yo te ayudaremos con la investigación.
yeah, we're Dragonspine veterans by now. If there's something really bad going on, we can't just leave you here to deal with it on your own. Besides, there's no one else in Mondstadt that you can talk to about this. Sucros and Tameas don't know your secret.
Somos las únicas que te pueden ayudar.
Yeah, don't push us away at a time like this.
All right. Thank you. You were intending to participate in that winter camp, if I recall correctly. That could serve as an excellent pretext for you to remain on the mountain. In that case, please join in the activities of the Adventurers Guild as planned.
We'll be sure to pass the info straight on to you.
Good. Then we're agreed.
Okay, let's split up to look for clues.
Sounds good to me. But please, whatever happens,
Ok. Entonces se confirman los rumores. Wow. ¿Qué hay que hacer ahora? Segunda fase de la misión. ¿Cuál es la segunda fase de la misión? Adiós. Adiós. ¿Qué de cosas tengo que hacer? No me va a dar tiempo. Bueno, pues empecemos. Ir al desafío. Muchos desafíos. Entonces se confirman los rumores, porque desde que apareció Albedo ya se decía que se sospechaba que podía ser un homúnculo. Vale. Aquí igual sí que me interesa modo velocidad, ¿verdad? Ok. Equipo velocidad a medias, con algo de fuego quizá. Por ejemplo, podemos cambiar a Rosaria y ponemos aquí en su lugar. Maybe. Porque el tema es que ya se sospechaba que Albedo, como no tenía Bao, que era... pues de mentir, básicamente. Oh, ¿por qué ya no tengo las monedas aquellas? What? ¿Qué hice mal? Espera, ¿what? Ah, que tengo que romper esto. No lo rompí, ya lo estoy haciendo mal esto, ¿eh? Muy mal. Ya el día. Ah, y solo son los que tienen brillito, no tengo que cargármelos todos. Vale. Ah, demasiado inconsistente el terreno. Igual aquí mejor Albedo para los saltos.
Time to go.
¿Y ahora cuál? ¿Ahora para dónde? Ah, por este que hay moneda. Y puedo pillar la otra, creo. Bien. Vale. Fue buena, ¿no? Vale. Le acabo de dar a desafiar de nuevo. Bien. No quería desafiar de nuevo. Entonces, este es uno. Y voy a otro y ya está, ¿no? Ya está. Entonces tengo que hacer estas cosas para poder seguir avanzando en la aventura. No puedo hacer la aventura todo de seguido o algo así. Ay, qué difícil. No, la lías. Al otro lado de la dirección. Ah. Vale, y aquí no puedo ir con ella porque hay que ir por el hielo. ¡Wow! Como chimpo de repente. ¿De qué me vale chimpar si soy imbécil? Vale, bien.
Time to go.
Ah, la lié otra vez. ¿Y ahora qué? ¿Bajo? Sí. Creo. No, espera. ¿Qué? No, no tenía que bajar. Imbécil. Ya perdí todo el flujo que tenía. ¿Por qué no? Vale, y ahora pillo esto y hago... Ah, sí. Vale, un poco raros los saltos estos, la verdad. Pero bueno. Y ahora pillo esto y salto aquí. Y sigo dando los chimpos estos. No te enganches, que tardas más, amigo. Ah. Y ahora a volar. ¿Ves? Ahora salté demasiado. Ahí está. Mierda.
Follow the wind.
¡No! Casi la lío. Vale, bien. Yo no cambiaría de personaje, iría solo con uno de todo el rato. Sí, visto como son los retos estos, creo que me cunde más ir siempre con el mismo. Porque hay demasiado cambio de terreno todo el rato. No es de vas nadando o vas corriendo, no, es vas saltando por aquí. No, tienes razón, creo. ¿Dónde está el siguiente? ¿Estará abajo quizá? No, está arriba, está arriba. Está arriba, debería estar... Ya de sobra con cualquier personaje. Vale, bien, bien. Está bien saberlo. Es que como a veces hay que... como currárselo mucho para llegar a oro y tal. Estaba un poco rayado al respecto. En la esta... ¡Jova! ¡Qué ciego! Gracias. Vale. Ok, vamos allá. Uy, qué espaciado va esto, ¿no? Y con esto ya tengo el salto guay. Sí. Superman, colega. ¿Qué pasas? Vale, bien. Y ahora esto es para romper las cosas. Así que tengo que cogerlo. Y ahora puedo hacer esto. ¡Uy! Fatal tu rollo. ¿Ves? Es que además si me atasco yo solo no me sirve de nada. Ahí la lío, la lío. Claro, es que lo malo de esta señora es que para hacer los sprints estos no viene nada bien en general. Porque solo hace lo de nadar y no hace lo de correr. Entonces, claro, es la lío. Y ahora para allá. Mira, se me está atravesando lo de los cambios de altura con los saltos. Que no te haces una idea. Corre. No, no cogí aquel. ¿Y me da o no me da? Bien. Y ahora es cuando muero por caída. Qué poca fe, ¿eh? Qué poca fe tenéis. Vamos a ver. Siguiente. Ese reto lo hice. Ese reto lo hice. Tengo ahí simbolitos que no son los de carreras. Pero imagino que lo tendré que hacer también. Pero bueno, ya que estamos, terminamos los de carrera, supongo. Pero bueno, de momento bien. O sea, si son así de sencillitos, guay. Porque sí que recuerdo en eventos anteriores de que aún costaba hacerlos bien de oro, ¿sabes? En plan, de plata, vale, llegabas muy bien. Pero para hacerlos de oro igual tenías que repetir mínimo una vez, ¿sabes? Por eso aquí no sé si quiero terminar de confiarme. Ya estamos con los... Ay, que saltes, concho. Y... Espera, ¿esto sube o baja? Vale, sube.
Follow the wind.
Y ahora, para allá. Ojalá vuelva a Cazadores y Rebeldes. Ese que era el de jugar al escondido inglés. Imagino que te referirás a ese, pero no estoy 100% seguro. Sonic. ¿Ves? Para esto sí que cuela. ¿Y ahora hacia abajo? No, por aquí. Kazu por si perdemos altura, que siempre viene... ¡Wow! Siempre viene bien su habilidad para esas cosas. Por lo menos mientras hace el aire. Luego ya, un poco igual. Ahí está. Parfait. Parfait. Yo creo que solo tuve una misión de plata. Y eso que no se me da bien ese tipo de pruebas. Pues mejor que sea así. Más vale ir sobrado a que sea un infierno de superar. Vale, entonces ya hicimos esos. Vamos a ir desde la página del evento a ver qué nos dicen. Porque entonces, ¿el entrenamiento es lo que estamos haciendo? Parece que sí. Regalitos para todos. Vale, y por último... Vale, esto ya está. Entonces, ahora hay que hacer esto, entiendo. Ok. Porque aquí dice lo de... Completa la misión. Se desarrolla la segunda fase de la misión. ¿Quieres ir a la misión? ¿Qué segunda fase? Parece que puedo hacerlo, ¿no? No lo tengo muy claro. Más que nada porque los retos los puedo hacer en cualquier momento. Pero me gustaría seguir con la historia, si puede ser. Y no sé si me va a dejar. Sí, todo eso sí que significa que puedo seguir con la misión o tengo que acabar antes los otros retos. Uy, que me caigo. Puedes. Ah, vale, joder, pues ya está. Ya está, yo preocupado.
Albedo, we're here.
Traveler, Paimon.
¿La investigación va bien?
Your faces say that perhaps...
We investigated all over the mountain, actually. But we didn't see anyone that looked like you.
This is not unexpected. I haven't made much progress either. He appears to know that we are...
O tal vez siempre ha operado con discreción.
Still, there is one thing I found. I discovered footprints on some parts of the mountain, and although they were a little covered by the snow, I could tell they'd been left by someone of a similar size to myself. The footprints were quite numerous, so I believe my next step will...
We can help with that. We have plenty of contact with the adventurers. So now we... Ah! What was that?
It came from that direction.
Could it be the
Corre.
imposter?
Vamos a ver.
Yes, let's hurry.
También te diré que Albedo no va por ahí moviendo montañas. Pero bueno, aquí cada loco con su tema. No, no, estoy al lado, estoy al lado. Me encanta con el brote se olvidó como súper perspicaz y desconfiado desde el arco de Dane. Sí, ¿no? No entiendo el por qué. ¡Ah! ¡Cerdo! Y casi. Siento el grito, no lo puedo gritar.
Hey, did you see that? Did those rocks shake just now?
¿Qué ocultará eso?
That was most unfortunate.
Eso sí que me lo esperaba.
Doing here?
Iban con Bennett y claro. Realmente tienen mala suerte, ¿eh?
I have to agree. We've been wandering this area for days.
Días, ¿cómo días si
We met
llevamos
at the
20
Paladin
minutos
earlier.
fuera?
You know, the, kind of a reckless sort of guy. You know the one? Anyway, he said he was unlucky, so I gave him some adventuring survival tips.
After that, he disappeared to rejoin the training camp.
Wait. Are you saying that after all this time you still haven't made it back to the base camp?
Well, as you
Son
can
clones
see...
seguro.
It was nothing really. We just hit a few landslides and snowdrifts and took a few downhill tumbles. You know the
Clones.
deal.
They sound like unforgettable life events to me.
Anyway, you're correct. We haven't made it to the base camp yet. We have had extraordinarily poor luck over the last few days. Almost as if a sinister force has been trying to thwart our every move. Fortunately, I made advance arrangements for Gerald to remain in a safe location and conduct some basic physical training exercises.
I'm sorry. I'm the one to blame for all this. I've always had bad luck and it always rubs off on everyone around me. Sorry to create so much
Pocho,
extra
ven, y
trouble
que no es
for
culpa
everyone.
tuya. Todos te queremos.
I don't know what to say. Maybe this is the awesome power of fate. The scary
No
kind,
digas
I
eso.
mean.
No digas eso.
I agree.
A mí no me da miedo acercarme a ti.
We're just used to it now. Besides, it's not like we have the most amazing luck ourselves.
Really? I think you guys have way better luck than I do.
Well, what can we do about that? Oh, Paimon knows! How about Paimon share some of her luck with you?
You're welcome to a bit of mine too. Although if the last few days are anything to go by, it seems in pretty short supply at the moment.
También puedes tomar la
You
mía.
guys. Oh, thanks. With a little luck from everyone combined, we'll make it down this mountain for sure.
Yeah,
Claro que sí.
you bet.
Let me flip a treasure hoarder insignia to test it out. All right, it's tails. The opposite of what I guessed.
So you can predict your fortune this way? But why are you so happy that you got it wrong?
It has two sides, so there's a 50-50 chance of me getting it correct. Luck all comes down to probability, too. So as long as I use up all the bad luck, everything else will go smoothly. Guessing wrong when I flip an insignia is one way to use up some of the bad luck. So the probability of having some good luck in the near future just got a little higher.
Claro, Bennett. Claro.
He's making no sense at all. Why aren't you calling him out?
Él no es tú. Uy, la otra es mucho más borde. Normalmente soy educada cuando se trata de los demás.
Guys, I guessed wrong in my insignia flip, which means we should be able to make it back to camp. Let me try.
Calla, Paimon.
It's this way,
¿Tú qué
right?
sabrás? Pesado.
Oh! Ow! My butt! What is this shard of ice doing here?
Lo de ay, mi culo no lo traducen,
Truly
¿eh?
miraculous.
I don't usually believe in luck, but Bennett makes the best case for it I've ever seen. Amber, if you are ever required to partner with Bennett in your future work and you encounter anything like this again, do not take any rash action. Wait for me and I will come to support you.
Huh? Yes, of course.
Deben estar agotados.
Now that you mention it, I do feel a little tired. Trekking in the mountains has a way of wearing you out.
Si les
Well, since
pareció
everyone is
días
tired,
cuando fueron
Why
minutos,
not take a rest in my camp?
I'm so sleepy.
ahora invita a todo el mundo a su cueva.
A bowl of hot soup and a good sleep would sure be welcome right now.
Suddenly, I'm kind of sleepy too.
Amber will fall asleep in the snow if we keep going much longer. Come on, let's move. We shall head to Albedo's camp and get some rest. Take stock of our supplies, and decide how to get off this mountain.
Pues nada, de vuelta a la cueva del otro señor. Uy. Habíamos entrado rodando. Yo no recuerdo esto que fuese así, ¿eh? Me lo están dando con queso.
Here we are. Make yourselves comfortable.
Sí, no es que haya muchos sillones donde sentarse, pero...
Oh, I forgot I don't have that many chairs. Please wait a moment.
What's he
Que
doing?
vas a craftearlas, amigo.
He is.
He's
Espera que lo
painting
va
a
a hacer.
chair. Wait, alchemy can turn paintings into objects? How is this possible?
My paintings are like blueprints. Alchemy simply enables me to omit the manufacturing part of the process. It's an elementary level technique. With enough research and experimentation, this same technique can even be used to create living beings.
Whoa. Well, since you can magically produce chairs, can I have one with a backrest?
Fucking Bennett. Para mí en tu verete me vale.
No problem. How many of you want backrests?
Me!
Me!
I'll also take one with a backrest, if you please.
Can Paimon have a chair that comes with a juicer?
Una silla entera es muy grande para ti sola.
Beat squeezing onto a stool with you.
Pero si tú no te sientas nunca, Dios, no la soporto. Albedo craftea 5 sillas.
Whoa, we have chairs now.
Y un taburete para mí,
This
no
is
sé por qué
so
me odia.
comfortable. Makes me
En
want
plan-
to stay the night here.
Vale que se lo pedí,
You're
pero a
very
ver,
welcome to stay overnight
era
if you
por
wish.
no causarle
There's still
molestias,
some
chico.
time before dinner.
¿Cómo te pasas?
Get some rest, everyone.
Pensé que teníamos
I'll tend
algo.
the stove.
Hey now, we can't be letting you do
Era
all the
por
work. I can help.
cortesía, en plan por
Please,
educación,
let me do work.
rollo. Un taburete me vale. Pero claro que quería respaldo. ¿Quién no quiere respaldo? Venga ya. Estúpido Albedo, que se hace el duro. Pues me voy a mi taburete, ala, al carajo. No sé ni lo que quiere. No puedo ni sentarme. O sea, esto es el colmo. Ya basta. Hablo con Albedo. No, ya. Yo por cierto debo hablar con él. Que te furcen, Albedo.
Oh, pace yourself.
Ah.
Dinner could be a while.
¿Cuándo estará la
It's
lista
almost
cena?
ready now.
La-
Traveler, please light the campfire and gather
Lo
everyone
entendiste
for dinner.
perfectamente. Que sí. Que no sé qué tengo que hacer. Lo siento. Enciende la hoguera. Ah, eso es fácil. Cli. Haz de los tuyos. Fuego. Perfecto.
Yay! Dinner's ready! Food's ready, everyone! Come on, let's eat!
I made a few dishes based on some popular Mondstadt recipes. This is no good hunter, but there should be enough to go around. Please, help yourselves.
Wow, smells great. Don't mind if I do.
Wait, don't steal all the fried vegetables. Leave some for me. Hey!
Todos disfrutan de un gran festín.
Ah, Paimon's full. What a great meal!
Albedo, you're too modest. These dishes are as good as anything you'd find in a top restaurant. Are all alchemists so good at cooking?
You may be onto something there.
Right? Paimon thinks so too. It's his lab manner that gives it away. The kind of guy who holds a potion bottle as steady as a rock isn't the kind of guy who's gonna be slapdash with his salt and pepper.
Actually, that makes a lot of sense.
Mira qué contentiño está con sus amiguis. Y mi estúpido taburete, hijo de perra. No me olvidaré de esto, ¿eh?
I'm so sleepy after all that food.
Did Bennett fall asleep sitting up? He must be totally wiped out.
Han sido días difíciles.
The way he's sleeping is so alert. I'm impressed.
Este no tuvo un sueño entero en su vida. En plan de no despertarse porque se le cae algo encima. Estoy
Seems to be
seguro.
in a deep sleep. Ooh, Paimon wonders if he sleep talks.
Oh, no, Dad, no apples for me. I want sticky honey roast and fisherman's toast.
Sticky honey roast. That's your favorite, isn't it, Amber?
Sure is. Give me a sticky honey roast from Good Hunter any day. I used to take Eula to Good Hunter a lot back when we first met. Before long, Sarah would start cooking our usual orders as soon as she saw us coming. She said we ordered the same thing so often that it was practically muscle memory by that point. She also said that if everyone in Mondstadt ordered like we do,
her job would be so much easier. All she'd have to do is memorize everyone's favorites.
Always eating together. Aww, it's nice that you two are so close. The Traveler and Paimon always eat together too. It's a sure sign of true friendship.
Two people simply sharing a meal says nothing either way about the relationship between them.
That depends if it's a one-off meal or a regular occurrence.
Estoy de acuerdo.
Aha! Paimon just noticed something. Whenever Eula doesn't want to admit to something, she raises her chin or puts her hands on her hips.
Ah, you've all picked up on that. Didn't know Eula's tells were so easy to spot.
We are done here, yes? I am free to go, am I not? Then please excuse me. I have a frozen lake I need to be at.
You're going for an ice bath at this time of night? Wait up! Don't go without me!
I thought you wanted to get some sleep. So maybe you should stay here and rest.
No, I should come with you. It's late, and it's dark, and you're not good with directions like I am. Come on, let's go together.
Uy. ¿Qué? Uy. ¿Qué?
An ice bath?
¿Qué traman estas dos?
Rather them than Paimon.
Eso es que...
So
Rollito.
much
No.
roast meat. Oh, hey, Dad. I'm doing all right. I'm the leader of my own adventure team now.
Wow. Bennett really is a sleep talker. Okay, looks like we got some downtime now.
All right, you two. Time to paint.
No me gustan estas respuestas, así que voy a omitirlo.
Have you decided what to paint?
No quiero pintar.
Like you even need to ask. It's obviously going to be Paimon.
En serio. Pues Paimon será.
But we should move elsewhere.
Podríamos
More
dibujar
likely to
a
disturb
Amber
Bennett's sleep if
y
we
a
stay
Eula,
here,
pero no.
so
Vamos a
let's
dibujar
go outside.
a Paimon.
Okie dokie. Alright, grab your easel, paper, brushes, and paints. Don't leave anything behind.
Pues nada. Por cierto, hola Let's. Hola Sansus. Hola Jordi. Hola a todos. No sé si me quedó alguien, creo que dije todos. Te quedan, Sansus, como 9 horas de evento. Así que si no hiciste esto, corre. ¿Vale? Porque dan armas y cosas. Corre. Corre ya. No sé qué haces, que no lo estás terminando aún. Vamos al lugar que vamos a pintar. Pero no vamos a pintar a Paimon. Paimon no es un lugar. No entiendo nada.
Let's paint here.
Allow Paimon to adopt an elegant pose for your
Ponte encima de
artistic
del
directions.
fuego, Paimon. Para que te dé mejor la luz, por favor. Anda, un poquito más a la derecha.
Hey, what's that look for? Cut the attitude and start putting your perfect Paimon down on the page. You better take this seriously, because this is going on Paimon's wall.
Está bien, está bien.
Confidence is a good thing. Those to whom it is endowed do well to flaunt it. I'm looking forward to the finished piece.
Pues nada, empieza a pintar. Que no paso de ti, Luz. No paso de ti, maldita sea. Empezar a pintar. Hala, vamos allá.
Alright, let's start with the head. Now, in your mind's eye, what is written on Paimon's face?
Su típica cara de cuando se enoja.
Is that how Paimon really looks to you?
¡Ey! ¿Qué es de no te pongas así.
Okay, forget it. We can come
Ah,
back to that.
vale.
Let's move on to the body. Come on, paint what you see when...
Comida de emergencia.
Paimon's starting to feel like this is not going to turn out so great.
Que sí, confía en mí. Confía en el artista.
Let me
Termine.
see. Let Paimon see.
Mira chorrada. Es perfecto. Ya está. Y así se... Perdón, así. Y así se hace arte. ¿Qué os parece? ¿Eh? Soy Dalí. O uno de estos super... Es que soy increíble.
What is that?
Nada mal, ¿eh? Yo estoy muy satisfecho.
Why you... How could... Paimon is lost for words. The brushwork is smooth and the composition seems professional quality. You had
La
no
cara del
problems
aventurero.
there. So what the heck happened with the face, huh? It...
smooth, professional quality.
And those eyes! Those boring, lifeless eyes!
Que el dibujo es mío, Paimon. Tampoco hay que ser tan cruel, ¿eh?
Traveler, have you previously received any education in the fine arts?
Muy
Oh,
poco.
really? So it's just a hobby then? Oh, well, that sure explains a lot. There's no way you would have made Paimon look like this if you'd had any amount of formal training.
Solo intentaba plasmar lo especial que eres, ¿vale?
Fascinating. Paimon, if this is not to your liking, I can make a few amendments. Traveler, what do you think?
Sí, por favor, gracias. Dame una lección.
All right then. Paimon, is this
¡Ay, la
better?
madre que lo parió! ¡Qué humillante!
Ground up overhaul, that's what it is!
¡Qué hijo de perra!
So pretty! Is that really what Paimon looks like?
No era
Adding flourish to
innecesario
the finished
humillarme así,
piece
¿eh?
is an essential component
Innecesario.
of what makes art. Art. This is not to say that you differ from the painting on a fundamental level, rather that the real you and the you in the painting present two different styles of beauty. You remain the core reference point for the painting. So, Paimon, you can put your misgivings aside and hang this painting wherever you like.
Se percibe la diferencia entre nuestras habilidades.
Wow! Thanks, Albedo.
Oh, I merely added a flourish here and there. You should be thanking the traveler.
Es que
In
quedó
truth,
estupenda, ¿eh?
Ground up overhaul is more or less an accurate description.
Óyate, piensa demasiado alto este señor,
The more
¿eh?
Paimon looks at it, the more she likes it. Great! Paimon has a portrait painting. Paimon's gonna show this off to everyone.
Paimon se ve muy feliz. Gracias.
It's nothing. I can paint you next time, if you'd like.
Claro, luego cuando quieras.
You can hang it in your home as a souvenir. I rarely entertain so many guests at my camp. It's lively. A little noisy, even. But I don't dislike it. Liveliness is a rare thing here on Dragonspine.
Ah, it's a new day. Let's go meet up with everyone.
Vale, y ya vamos a juntarnos con nosotros. Y sí, Paimon en inglés creo que es la más insufrible, en plan de... se te mete todo. A ver, acabas aprendiendo a quererla, ¿no? Pero en comparación con otros idiomas es la que puede hacerse más dura. Píntame como una de tus chicas francesas. Exacto, estaba pensando en eso.
Hey, good morning.
I slept great last night. How about you guys? All rested up?
I'm fine, as usual.
Yo también dormí bien, ya que veo que nadie me
The
pregunta.
path down the mountain is easier to follow in the daylight. Let's take this chance to head down to the base camp.
Let's go. If we make good time, maybe we can all get lunch together.
I flipped another insignia just outside the camp. Wrong again.
So your bad luck is all used up. We'll be down the mountain in no time.
Yeah, my thoughts exactly. Today's the day.
Oh no! Avalanche!
Look out!
Traveler, Paimon, are you alright? Are you hurt?
Yo no digo nada, pero Eula no tardó ni medio segundo en agarrarse a Amber. ¿Vale? O sea, no me lo inventé. ¿Ok? Ok. Bajaron, efectivamente. Estoy bien, ¿qué hay de ti?
That's good. My arm got a little scratched up, but it's nothing serious.
Eula, ¿y tú?
I'm okay, but I don't see the other two. I'm afraid the avalanche may have pushed them off the cliff.
They fell down? They'll be okay though, right?
I
Obviamente,
think
quien
they're
peor
both
tenía que
robust
hacer era
enough to
Bennett.
survive the fall. But if the falling debris knocked them unconscious, and they're lying there in the freezing cold, we have to get down there and rescue them, immediately.
Yes.
Okay, let's move.
Hang in there, guys.
Vamos para allá. ¿Dónde están? Bennett. Bennett.
Bennett, are you okay? Shout if you can hear me.
Bennett.
A voice. Over there.
Bennett, is that you?
Guys, I'm over here.
Are you alright? Are you hurt?
Let me check. I'm a little dizzy, but I'm not in any pain.
Thank goodness. Scared the life out of me.
If you're dizzy, sit and rest for a while.
It's fine, really. This kind of thing happens all the time. I'll be fine. Thank you. Wait, where's Albedo? Isn't he with you guys?
We thought he fell off the cliff with you. He still hasn't shown up?
We found Bennett here, so Albedo can't be far away. Keep searching this area.
Got it.
$15 minutos solamente. Caray. Qué miedo de estadística. Igual tampoco es muy buena idea buscar a alguien que sufrió una avalancha con bombas. Pero tarde para eso. Y menos mal que no estaba ahí porque habría muerto también. Por el oxígeno y tal. Ah, bueno, claro. El oxígeno a veces es importante. Si necesitas ayuda con la megaflora mutante me dices y yo te ayudo. Ah, muchísimas gracias, Let's. Tengo entendido que es complicada.
Well, any sign of him?
Not a trace.
Nothing from me either.
Strange. We didn't have any luck either. Where could he have gone?
Everyone!
¿No estás herido?
Nothing serious.
Okay, everyone accounted for.
Guys, I think it's gotta be because of me. The avalanche only happened because I'm here. I guess flipping a treasure hoarder insignia isn't gonna change my luck after all. No wonder no one wants to go adventuring with me. I'm so sorry.
Don't say that. I'm hardly the lucky type myself, so I'm not about to go blaming every little thing that goes wrong on you.
Exactly. Besides, Dragonspine is a dangerous place. Avalanches literally come with the territory. Bad luck has nothing to do with it, okay?
Lo que acaba de suceder fue realmente un accidente.
Traveler, what's wrong?
Your face looks... Oh no, did you get hit on the head?
Calla, calla. No, estoy bien.
Everyone, the incident is behind us now. We should keep moving.
Why do I feel that Dragonspine has become more dangerous than it used to be? I hope it's just my imagination. Our top priority now is to get off the mountain and regroup with the adventurers. Whatever further dangers this mountain has to throw at us, we must face them together.
Agreed. Guys, keep your eyes peeled and watch your step. Careful does it. We've been heading in the right direction for a good length of time.
Victory is in sight! As soon as we get to base camp, Paimon wants a bowl of hot soup and some barbecued meat.
I hope we can all get there safely. No more incidents, please.
Han ocurrido muchas cosas extrañas en esta expedición a Espina Dragón. Algo raro.
What's on your mind? You seem a little distracted.
No sé cómo decirlo con palabras.
Shop, isn't it? Are you hungry? Cold? Shall Paimon hug your head to warm you up?
Gracias, pero estoy bien, Paimon.
I don't think I've spent so much time on Dragonspine before. It sure is cold, but the view is amazing. Isn't it, Eula? Eula?
Sorry, I wasn't listening. What did you say?
I was just thinking, whenever I've met up with you at Dragonspine in the past, we always stick to the same few spots. It's much more vast and beautiful here than I realized. If it were a little warmer and a little safer, I bet this place would be bustling with visitors.
Parece que algo llamó la atención de Eula. Me pregunto si ella también tiene el presentimiento de que hay algo raro.
People are put off by the cold and have an aversion to danger. They don't realize that there is much to explore beneath the icy exterior, if you were willing to spend the time and energy. Albedo, is this the way down?
Yes.
I think there are several routes in this area. Does the path fork off here? It looks like it does. But maybe it doesn't. My head's still a little fuzzy from the impact.
I'm kinda dizzy too. I keep thinking things are swaying a little. Maybe I'm just hungry.
Either path will work for us. The smaller trail is less worn and harder to see, but it's also shorter. Since everyone is weary, I suggest we take the shortcut. Follow me.
Ok. Suspicious. Todos avanzan junto a Albedo.
Wait. Bennett and Amber don't look well. Can we take a break? We can continue once their conditions have improved.
Ugh. Now that you mention it.
Huh?
You hit your head earlier, didn't you?
Oh, you noticed. Are you sure it's worth holding everyone up over a little thing like this?
No problem at all! Health and safety always come first!
Tómense un descanso las dos.
Okay, sorry for this. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Ok. Y ahora hablo con ellos y ya está, ¿no? Se viene cinemática que me flipó, to be honest. Veremos.
Drinking some water can help with the dizziness. Oh, and lying flat on your back helps too.
Thank you, Bennett. Seems like you really know your stuff.
Well, when life gives you lemons.
Bennett, weren't you feeling dizzy too? Stop pushing yourselves, both of you. Get some rest. We'll continue when you've gathered your energy.
Eula might come off as a little frosty, but she takes caring for her friends super seriously, more than anyone else I know. Every time I see that look on her face, I'm just like, ah, stop staring at me.
Esas miraditas.
Traveler, I know what that look means. What's on your mind?
Tengo un mal
Maybe
presentimiento.
seasoned veterans have an instinct for it. I sense it too. Something seems to have changed, but I can't confirm for sure. It could be difficult to verify.
¿Qué podría ser?
It might be imprudent to speculate out loud. But I believe you know what I am referring to. Traveler, I think... you...
¡Cuidado! Un poco meme ese momento, ¿eh?
Albedo, what?
It's not over yet. Brace yourselves. This will be a challenge.
Me da tiempo a cambiar de equipo, menos mal. Vaya guay, ¿no? O sea... Vaya guay. O sea... Vaya guay. Fue esto. ¿No? Vaya guay. Vale, ¿qué ponemos aquí? Si es una planta de hielo... O es de fuego. No lo tengo claro. Pero bueno, sí. Malo será que... ¿no? Es que no sé si es de hielo o es de fuego, pero ya es tarde. No, Shinchu, llegaste mal, lo siento. ¿Qué es esto? No entiendo nada. Recoge la esencia de la megaflora para evitar que su escudo se regenere. Ah, vale, entonces son estas cosas. Destruye los frutos para no sé qué. Estos frutos. Y aquel fruto. Y ahora ya la ataco a ella.
You're mine. Just brace yourself. This is gonna hurt.
Ah, ahora es pequeñita, ya la puedo mandar por ahí. Qué bien. No, no te congeles ahora. No, no utilices eso ahora. Phew.
What in the world was that thing?
Is everyone alright?
We're fine. But can you please tell us what's going on?
I take it this monster is whom I had the pleasure of meeting last time.
Correct. As you might have guessed, this is a mutated whopper flower. An extremely rare kind.
But can whopper flowers turn into humans?
Not typically. But conditions on Dragonspine are far from typical. Perhaps the dragon's blood seeped into the land, then was passed to the monsters via the ley lines, accelerating their rate of mutation.
How could that happen?
This mountain is home to the remains of Durin, the venomous dragon. If there is anywhere in the world one might expect life to do unfathomable things, it would most likely be here. Durin was an artificially created life form. Its existence is nothing short of a miracle, and proof of countless possibilities. In other words, this mountain we stand on is a cradle of life's profoundest mysteries. A vast and terrifying hotbed of possibilities.
The avalanche. It must have been the work of this imposter.
Pienso lo mismo.
Agreed. All the other troubles you faced on the way down could also have been its handiwork. My guess is that it was targeting everyone that I've had contact with.
¿La megaflora robó tus notas de alquimia?
Right, I forgot all about that.
It's not inconceivable.
But what was its purpose? Was it just trying to get rid of us?
I have a preliminary hypothesis on this. Whopper flowers are masters of mimicry, and those we encounter in the wild often appear in the vicinity of the plants they impersonate. In other words, the whopper flower likely has an instinct to replicate and replace. As a plant, it will disguise itself as another plant and infiltrate the group, hiding among them for cover. The plant being imitated has no way to detect or fight back against this behavior. But when it disguises itself as a human...
It wanted to replace you and infiltrate our group?
Yes. Maybe it created the avalanche to get rid of us. I predicted this eventuality, so I availed myself of the avalanche to hide and lure it out. It was watching us the whole time. And when it saw that I had disappeared, its instinct was to take my place. At that point, its disguise was complete, and its next move was to hunt its prey.
Yes, that's exactly how whopper flowers operate.
So when it approached and attacked Joel, what was that? A trial run?
Perhaps. Or maybe it enjoyed posing as a human, and wanted to experience what it felt like to be human.
We're fortunate to have discovered it in time. I think the Traveler was the first person other than Albedo to notice something was wrong.
Eula, tú también tienes buen ojo.
Traveler, how could you tell the real me and my imposter apart?
I want to know too. I had no idea the other guy was an imposter. They looked exactly the same to me.
El impostor no tenía una marca en forma de estrella en su cuello.
I see. It goes to show how difficult it is to impersonate a human. This mutant whopper flower tried its best to replicate the original exactly, but still managed to miss some details.
Unbelievable. To think that Dragonspine creates such terrifying possibilities.
Una megaflora tiene sentido, pero todavía falta algo. ¿Será el mismo impostor que conocimos el día que estábamos persiguiendo al ladrón?
Anyway,
No me da la...
at least we won in the end.
Mierda, no me dio tiempo.
Looks like my method did work after all. I used up all the bad luck, and the good luck finally came through.
About that. If you're referring to having fallen down the mountain and avoided injury, well, that's because I was secretly protecting you.
Huh? Well, that still counts as good luck to me.
Yes, that's not an unreasonable way of looking at it. Okay. We've been delayed long enough. Time to move on.
Yeah, let's go.
Suspicios. Regresa al campamento de aventureros, eso vamos a hacer. Lo que pasa es que vamos a utilizar teleport porque ya se queda un poco lejos. Hasta allá además. Hola Niklo, sigues entre nosotros. Welcome. No quería saludar antes por no interrumpir ahí la cinemática, que no mola. Habrá más gente aparte de yo que no se lo haya visto antes, ¿no? ¿O soy el único? Igual soy el último.
Woohoo! I'm back! Cyrus doesn't seem to be here. He must have headed up the mountain. Let's wait for him here.
Amber, are you feeling better?
Yep, all good now. Nothing to worry about.
I don't know what I'd do without you guys. If not for you, I'd probably still be locked up in that cage. I really want to thank you all properly, but I can't think how at the moment.
Huh? You must be pretty used to being on the receiving end of people's kindness by now, though, surely. You probably need it often enough, given your... situation.
Come on, don't put it like that. Sure, plenty of people have shown me kindness before, but that doesn't mean I will ever take it for granted. No matter how many times people help me out in life, I will never forget any of them.
Well, instead of repaying those who helped you, perhaps you could help others yourself. Everyone meets others in need from time to time. By choosing to be there for them, you're passing the kindness you received onto others.
Yep, you're right. That's what I've always tried to do, and will always continue to do. Right. And when Cyrus gets back, I'll find some way to help him out too.
This has been quite an eventful day.
Yeah, it has. It's really hit me how tired I am now that I've started to relax.
I need to rest. Everyone, please excuse me for a while.
Yeah, I need to get some water and maybe a piece of fruit. Once I'm rested up, I need to get back to being an instructor again.
Well, it looks like the curse of the mountaineers who couldn't get off the mountain is finally broken. Feels like an action-packed chapter has come to a close. Shall we find somewhere to rest and chat too?
Why not? Then please, come with me.
Sabía que tenía algo que decir.
You sensed something too, didn't you? Then let's go.
Huh? Are you going back to your camp again? Paimon thought maybe we...
Cállate, Paimon.
Okay. Might as well come with...
Good. Shall we set off right away?
Yes. De acuerdo. Que no me dio el taburete por nada, era una señal. Y yo también dudo que le pongan voces en español. Pero bueno, se las
Sorry
ponemos
for
nosotros y
bringing
ya
you back here
está.
once again. Some topics are best discussed in private.
Dime, Albedo.
Is this about the imposter?
That's right. I have to say, traveler, I'm very surprised you noticed the difference between me and the imposter.
¿Te refieres a la marca en el cuello?
Yes. This mark. Perhaps it's where it all began.
Ooh, sounds like the beginning of a big story. Keep going.
Well, I can't deny that what I'm about to say does sound like something from a children's storybook. So, what do you think this diamond-shaped mark means?
A tattoo? A crest? Something else?
¿Es una cicatriz?
No. Consider it a birthmark. Have you ever seen an intricate glass ornament and wondered how it was made? Well, one method for crafting with glass is a technique known as glass blowing. Glass blowing is not a widely known art in Teyvat. For this reason, glassware made in this way is usually very expensive. As the name implies, glass blowing involves blowing air into a hole, much like blowing up a balloon. This type of glassware is known for having a pontal mark at the point where the blowpipe was inserted, where the hole was sealed at the very end. This mark is a sign that the item was crafted by a human hand.
Sounds kind of amazing.
It is a wondrous and beautiful art form. Alice says that these marks are seen as proof of the maker's fine handiwork, the only flaw in an otherwise perfect work of art. My mark is something similar to this. The difference between synthetic and natural life lies in the directional flow of the life force. The energy of a natural life form flows out from within. That's why flower buds bloom and curled leaves unfold. And it's the very reason we watch and wonder at blossoming flowers. Creating life artificially, on the other hand, involves, to a certain extent, the introduction of an external source of energy into the embryonic life form. When the hole where the life force was infused is sealed at the end, it leaves a mark not dissimilar to the pontal mark in blown glasswares. The alchemical substance drips and spreads out in all directions, resulting in this rather ingenious diamond shape.
Wow. So that's where it came from.
This mark is a sign of my artificial origins, and proof of my imperfection as a human. I presume that the imposter intentionally avoided replicating this mark, so as not to become less than perfect himself.
¿De verdad está bien que me cuentes esto?
You are fundamentally different from other people. I have few qualms about sharing my secrets with you. Just as Paimon said, it all sounds like a story. Even if you were to tell anyone else, they would regard it as nothing more than a tall tale. The transcendent and miraculous are not the only things to which human beings aspire. They pursue the everyday, the ordinary, to a far greater extent than I would have ever imagined.
De ahí la noción de la otredad.
People like to believe that those who are thoroughly different from themselves could only ever exist in stories. It makes things much easier. Or, in other words, all the unfathomable things we've seen recently would make good material for a novel. I have friends who write novels. If they wrote this story, it'd probably be even more complex.
Making up stories is easy. Even Paimon can do that.
Oh. I didn't know you had that kind of talent.
Paimon's the best guide in Teyvat. Making up stories is a piece of cake.
In that case, how about we have a storytelling contest? We can base our stories on the events of the last few days.
Sounds great! But we still have to help out the Adventurers Guild.
I understand. Creativity is something that cannot be rushed. Take your time, and come back when you have found some inspiration. We'll see whose story is more compelling.
Deal! Okay, we'll regroup with the Adventurers Guild for now.
Sure. My story. Yes, I should have known. Master's failed specimen in the dragon's belly. This is where the story truly begins. If we switched places, if you were the survivor, then as the abandoned experiment, the failure of the primordial human project, I'd want to replace you too. I would replicate your appearance, study your alchemy, and create miraculous life forms to divert your attention. I would wait for the right moment, then dispose of you and the Traveler, the sole person to have known your secret. And then, I could finally experience the joy of being brought into the world.
Pues qué chula estuvo la historia. Me gustó. Me gustó mucho. Me gustó. Y nos llevamos el cuadro, además. Me gustó quizá más que el anterior de Dragonspine. Aunque el anterior de Dragonspine tenía Rosaria. Y Rosaria es Rosaria. Pero no sé. Me gustó. Hay más, creo. ¿Tú crees? Parecía ya bastante cierto. Bueno, sí quedan los retos y demás. Pero los retos... Secreto de las cenizas. Ah, sí, hay un poquitito más. Ah, vale, pues vamos para allá. Hay más historia, vale. Perdona, es que parecía ya el mítico cierre de ya está y te quedas sin saber más. Pero mira, si hay un poquito más, perfecto. Pues allá que vamos. Vamos con Bennett, de hecho. ¿Sí?
Traveler, Paimon. I suppose your story is ready.
Yep. How about you? Do you need some more time?
No need. I am also ready to tell my story.
Paimon calls dibs. Paimon first!
Please, go ahead.
Okay, here goes. Once upon a time, there was an evil researcher who went into the mountains and did a crazy experiment on whopper flowers to transform their appearance. After a lot of pain and suffering, the whopper flowers finally took on a human form. Then, they stood by the side of the mountain to wait for unsuspecting bypassers. To whoever spoke to them, they would ask some questions such as, "Who am I? Who are you?" If the bypasser got the wrong answer, the last sound they'd make would be a yelp before the whopper flower ate them alive in one bite.
Ooh, truly frightening.
Paimon da miedo.
What the? You two aren't scared at all!
Tal vez soy muy fuerte.
Don't go nitpicking, okay? If you didn't like the story, go write your own!
En ese caso, yo le agregaría algo más tenebroso. Las megafloras devoran personas y se transforman en ellas.
In other words, the whopper flowers would ambush and then completely replace their victims.
Y luego roban su identidad.
And then what? Go back to where the person lives? Enter their home? Eat their whole family? Paimon made up this story, but now Paimon's the one who's scared by it.
It's a good story. Oh, may I write it down? I may bring it up in future conversations.
What for? Just to scare people with?
Yes.
You've got a real mean streak, Albedo.
Bueno, ¿cuál es tu historia?
Mine is a little longer than yours. It starts with an alchemist. A great alchemist once created Subject 1. Subject 1 was her proudest achievement, and successfully blended into human society. No one ever would have thought that this friend of theirs was in fact a synthetic human. However, unbeknownst to Subject 1, the alchemist had tried the same experiment many times before he had come into being. Some of the rejects from failed experiments had been discarded, but had not died. Subject 2 was one such failed experiment. He was swallowed by a great dragon that came to rest upon a snow-swept mountain. Many years later, he was resurrected by the dragon's mysterious power. He saw all kinds of people on the mountain, including Subject 1, who had somehow miraculously blended in among them. Never in Subject 2's wildest imagination had he thought it possible for experimental life forms such as they to deceive everyone so successfully. He saw the way humans accepted Subject 1 as a friend, witnessed their affection as they addressed him by name. This was what Subject 2 wanted. Now, all that Subject 2 desired was to replace Subject 1 and take the joy of his existence for himself.
This is giving Paimon the chills. So scary.
Subject 2 began to unfold his plan. He stole Subject 1's books and notes, and studied all that Subject 1 had learned from the alchemist. Subject 2 was highly intelligent, and he learned quickly. He changed his face into an exact replica of Subject 1's face. Then, he found a plant with mimicry capabilities, and transformed it using dragon blood and alchemy. And so, not only did Subject 2 transform his own appearance to perfectly match that of Subject 1, he also created a third entity, Subject 3.
What? There's 3 of them now?
But Subject 2 wanted to become a perfected human. So, he erased a mark in both his and Subject 3's necks. For these marks were symbols of imperfection.
¿Las borró a propósito?
In my view, it was probably a subconscious act, an instinct. He so desperately craved to become a perfect human being that he forgot something. Human beings are defined by their flaws. Subject 2's plan was meticulously crafted. Subject 3 would draw Subject 1's attention. After Subject 1 disposed of Subject 3, he would assume the threat had now disappeared and would let his guard down. The next moment that Subject 1 was alone, Subject 2 would make his move. He would eliminate Subject 1 and become the only one remaining. He would secretly replace the Subject 1 of everyone's memories and inherit his identity, residence, clothing, sword, name, and friends. People would have no idea that the individual they knew had become somebody else from one day to the next.
This is way too scary. Paimon's never gonna be able to trust anyone again.
But just before Subject 2 could carry out his plan, a unique stranger entered the mix. Subject 2 tried to make contact with this person, but found that they could somehow sense he was different from Subject 1. What's wrong? Are you scared?
What happened then? What happened to the stranger?
He became a new stage in Subject 2's plan. One more person that Subject 2 had to dispose of. It's as if there were 3 identical roses in a garden. Only one of the 3 was a fine specimen, while the other 2 were defective specimens that bore poisonous thorns. In all the world, only the gardener who tended to them could tell which was the good specimen. People do not like poisonous plants. Only a perfect rose can fetch a high price. If the inferior specimens wanted to conceal the fact of their worthlessness, they would have to take the gardener out of the picture, using their poisonous thorns. This is exactly what Subject 2 was thinking. So, he hid in the shadows and waited patiently. maybe soon, he would get his chance to become truly human.
No es solo un cuento. Son eventos reales. Albedo quiere contarme la cruel e inimaginable verdad.
That was intense! So what happened after that? Did Subject 2's plan succeed? Paimon can't bear thinking about it!
Fortunately, Meta is just a story. And even in this story, Subject 2 did not succeed. But you can never let your guard down on Dragonspine. Monsters mutated with Durin's power and blood are also creatures of Rhine-Daughter, just like me. You must beware of all such creatures.
No digas eso, eres mi amigo, no un monstruo.
I'm glad to hear that. It's okay. I know what I am. You and I are both different, so there is no need for me to hide the truth from you. The only thing is that sometimes, when I think about how mighty the power of alchemy is, I feel so small. As beings who set foot in this world, how arrogant are we in desiring to control our destiny, and in desiring to create? Is creation an arrogant act, traveler? If not, why do we call the ones that created us and control us gods? If it is, then what qualifies us to call ourselves creators? How far must we take our reverence and respect? And what purpose does it serve?
¿Qué impresión tuviste cuando te enfrentaste al impostor?
Nothing special. But whenever I think about it, I feel a twinge of grief.
Poor Albedo.
Hello? Traveler, are you here?
Hey, is that Amber?
Thought we might find you here.
We're here to deliver a message from Cyrus. There's gonna be a big event down at the base camp, and they want you there too, Traveler.
Winter camp is nearing its end. Apparently, even provisional instructors are required to attend.
Looks like we need to go, Albie.
Then I won't keep you. I have some things to attend to here.
Don't worry about it. There have been no issues getting up and down the mountain recently.
Is everyone ready? Let's not keep them waiting.
Pues sí, un poquitito más. Pero entiendo que no va a seguir mucho más esto, ¿no? ¿Qué pasa ahí? Por cierto, el tweet lo vi, pero no sé dónde me abrió y no sé cómo recuperarlo. No sé cómo abrí ese tweet. Pero vi la imagen del otro plan. ¡No! Todo dramático.
Who is this guy?
¿No será el padre de Joel?
Allow me to introduce Yozerv. He's Joel's father.
Dad, this is that traveler I was telling you about. The
Por
traveler's
fin.
helped me out loads in the past, and this time we even built a snowman together.
Le costó,
Joel has
¿eh?
told me everything about you. I can't thank you enough.
Verlos juntos de nuevo es lo único importante. ¿O no? ¿Cómo que o no? No me digas que es el impostor ahora, ¿eh?
This is amazing.
Ya me estoy paranoiando.
Wait a second. Why is Cyrus discreetly wiping tears of
Pallet is the hero of the hour this time.
Okay. The weather was fine on that fateful day, and I had a feeling that Lady Luck was smiling down on me. So I trusted my gut and set off to explore somewhere new, somewhere dangerous. Because where there is great danger, there is also great treasure.
Why does this sound so hard to believe?
But I had only been away from the group for a short while when I fell down a slope and just started rolling.
Uh-oh. Did my bad luck rub off on him when we ran into each other on the mountain?
The place I fell to was somewhere I didn't recognize, and I'd sustained a few injuries. I remember thinking to myself, this is the worst luck I've ever had in my whole life. Then I met Yozerv. He'd heard the sound of me falling and came out to see what was going on.
Huh?
Wow. So it was completely by chance then.
I thought he must have been someone from the Adventurers Guild here for the event, but after a few words of conversation, it was clear that he was having memory problems. He didn't even know his own name. The temperature was freezing, and there was no time to deal with all that there and then, so I convinced him to come back to the camp with me and figure everything else out after we got there. We got back to the camp, ran into Joel, and the moment he saw him, he froze for a second with this completely stunned expression on his face, and then he started crying out, "Dad! Dad!" That's when Yozerv suddenly started to remember.
My memory has still not fully recovered, but Joel and his mother, they are the only ones that I will not, no, that I cannot forget.
Daddy.
Daddy's right here, Joel. Daddy's right here.
Yozerv, don't
Lo
you
hemos
remember
recuperado.
anything of the poor princess feeding the foxes?
I'm sorry. I have no recollection. Maybe it's because of the head trauma. I'm not sure. I woke up and found myself covered in blood. My things were gone, and there was nothing to indicate who I was or how I got there.
Como si
I
fuese un
crawled into a
doppelganger.
cave and settled in for a slow recovery. After my legs and feet were a little better, my hunting skills were what kept me alive.
Dad, I was so worried.
Claro, Joel solo quiere un papá, le da igual que sea de verdad o
I'm
de
all
mentira.
right now, Joel. Oh, don't cry. Daddy's not going anywhere. I'm here to stay.
Papá murió hace mucho seguro.
Oh, this is good. This is good.
Bien está lo que bien acaba.
You know what, though? I definitely think my luck got worse after running into Benin on that mountain.
Te callas, Palad. Hijo
No,
de perra.
no. I just meant if it weren't for you, there's no way I ever would have run into Yozerv on a mountain this huge. Besides, we got back safely, didn't we? So don't blame yourself. Maybe sometimes miracles can only happen when you get just unlucky enough.
Palad. When did you become such a smooth talker, huh?
Huh? Am I? I was just telling the truth.
Oh
Mira qué
yeah.
majo.
I want to say thank you to the Traveler, Uncle Cyrus, Auntie Eula, and Auntie Amber. Thanks, everyone. You all helped look after me, and I will always remember it. But I guess I can't take the snowman with me, or it'll melt once it leaves Dragonspine. It's such a shame.
Oh, I can help with that. One moment.
Huh? Eula?
Here, take this. It's powdered rime. Just add it to your snowman, and it will never melt.
Wow!
Magia.
Really? Oh, this is awesome! Dad, I have an unmeltable snowman now!
How can I ever repay you all?
Es lo menos que
Thank
podíamos
you
hacer.
all. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Dad, I want to go move the snowman.
Okay. I'll be leaving with Joel now.
Very well, very well. It's time for Palad and I to have another discussion concerning his breaches of adventurer discipline.
Huh? But Cyrus, I think I kind of made up for my mistakes this time. You know?
See you guys.
Oh, I made this for you and Amber. Think of it as a winter souvenir.
Por ti y
Are you
Amber.
sure? This must be really important to you.
Come on now, just take it. No need to make such a fuss.
Wow. Now our snowman won't melt either. Great.
Gracias, Eula.
You're welcome. Just keep it. That's all. Amber and I have some business to attend to now. See you later.
Buenos asuntos.
Everyone's gone. Seems like they've all got their own stuff to do now. Oh, you know what? We've been on Dragonspine all this time, and somehow Paimon still forgot to ask Albedo about how to make a fruit juicifier machine that could keep the juice fresh.
En serio, Paimon. En serio.
Maybe we should try Timaeus again. He does seem pretty eager to please after all.
No, Paimon, no queremos hacer ese zumo. A nadie le importa ese zumo, olvídate. Ah, y aún quiere que vaya para... Olvídate, olvídate. Que no quiero darle esa satisfacción a Paimon, lo siento. Hala. Ya está, hasta aquí. No, no pienso ir. ¿Qué paso? Paso de Paimon. Que no voy a hacer caso de lo que me diga la niña voladora esta. ¡Cuidado! Cuidado, Bennett, que te cae todo. Ve y acabas, ¿no? Porque voy a tener ya que acabar aquí. Yo ya lo siento mucho, pero ya me son horas. Sorry por dejar justo con el final ahí a punto de caramelo, pero... 2 minutos, bueno, si son 2 minutos... Si son 2 minutos voy. 2 minutos, me fío. Pero es que no quiero dar las estaciones, quería dejarlo sin hacer, pero bueno, vale. Estúpida cosa de Paimon. Y es que el timao es que no me importa nada el pavo este.
Traveler and Paimon, what can I do for you? Wait a minute. You've got that mischievous...
Timaeus, will you help us?
Yo no tengo nada que ver con esto.
Well, if the Traveler isn't really interested, then, yeah, maybe I'll give this one a pass.
No, but Paimon's Sunsetias are gonna go to waste without it.
And the time it would take me to research something like that, I could probably pick those Sunsetias again 10 times over.
New research project, Timaeus?
Yeah?
We meet again.
Oh, Albedo, thank goodness. So the situation is, Paimon wants a machine that can turn fruit into juice and keep the juice fresh. I mean, surely it's...
Majorly important, that's what it is. If you can manage to invent this, we'll never have to worry about fruit going bad ever again.
That's impossible.
Turning fruit into juice is not hard, but keeping it fresh is more difficult. But if you simply want to keep the fruit from rotting, there are many ways to achieve this. Right, Traveler?
La marca apareció de nuevo. ¿Es esto una broma pesada?
What's wrong? Is there something on my neck?
No, no es nada.
From the look on your face, it's as if you thought I just played a practical joke on you that was in exceedingly poor taste.
Así que sí era una broma. Basta de droga por ajo.
You were saying, how do you stop fruit from going bad?
Well, one way would be to bury your fruit on Dragonspine, where the snow never melts all year round.
But then Paimon won't be able to eat them.
You could always live on Dragonspine.
No, too cold for Paimon.
Or you can give the fruit to me, and I would take it to Dragonspine for you. But since you don't like the cold, you'd have to send someone else to pick them up when you want them. This is where you come in, Traveler.
Suddenly sounds a lot more feasible with other people doing all the work. Okay then, shall we go with that idea?
Fruit buried on Dragonspine will stay fresh for much longer. However, it is also possible that the fruit will sprout and grow into fruit trees. Who knows? Maybe the next time you visit, it will have grown into an orchard. You can water the trees, add fertilizer, and when they finally bear fruit, you will have some fresh Sunsetias.
No way! Then Paimon will have to be a gardener. That's not the goal here.
Oh? Well, I don't think being a gardener is so bad.
Paimon de jardinera. No me esperaba que Albedo bromease con estas cosas. ¿Acaso no sabe lo que significa esa marca?
Stop trying to get your hands on Paimon's...
It bothers you, does it?
Of course it bothers Paimon. They are the rarest, super-duper sweetest Sunsetias ever. And they're not for you.
Okay, but they're just Sunsetias. I think you're only so attached to them because you don't have much fruit of this quality in your possession. When someone's pockets are full and their spirit is fulfilled, they don't easily fall prey to this kind of yearning.
Really?
Ya veo, tiene sentido. Pues muy bien. Ahora parece que sí, ¿no? Sí, vale, ahora ya queda lo de los momentos de nieve y todo eso. ¡Hala! Pues ya está. Quedan de evento unas... ¿Cuántas horas? 7 horas y media por delante para el que sea que le quede pendiente. para hacer la flor y los retos y todo esto, no sé cuánto. Si queréis juntaros, no olvidéis que podéis utilizar el Discord para, yo que sé, los canales de chat o para chatear con peña en plan de ayúdame con esto, ayúdame lo otro, no sé qué, no sé cuánto. Pero yo creo que con esto ya cumplimos por hoy, bastante guay. Os voy a dejar con Ashoulote, no sé si estoy diciendo bien el nombre, pero bueno. Que está ahora mismo jugando al Genshin, así que si os quedáis con ganas de más o lo que sea, ahí lo tenéis. Y nada, eso ha sido todo, pasarlo muy bien. Y espero que os haya gustado tanto como a mí, porque yo me he hecho unas risas con el evento este. Nos vemos a la próxima. Adiós, adiós.